I think we got a pretty good record. Let's hop in here and see, man. Let's see how we're doing. In the the Bobcats are number one. Hey, Bummer Cats, bro. We got some more time, I guess. TikTok's not gone yet. Bobcats number one. Already crazy way to start this off. Bulls number two. Nets 4-2. Knicks 3-2. Okay, we're a little. So that ain't too bad. Who's at the bottom that shouldn't be? Celtics are pretty low. Low stayed up just to say something. Gotta get up in a few hours. Have a great stream. All right. Hey, thanks for stopping by anyway, man. Man, go get your shut eye. Hornets 0-5. That's nasty work. Kings 1-6. Before you go, shout out George Mikan. You gone too already? Okay. It's a busy Monday night for a few people. Oh, wait, let me turn on this on-court text. Flying back home. Okay. Going back to a relevant state. No, I gotta turn the text to speech back on. That's what I'm doing right now. All right, it should be good. Am I liking
Miguel the
2K13?
Singer says, yo, what's up?
It's pretty cool.
Ted Lasso says, bout to say it's gonna be a crazy night for you lol.
Noah
Noah Boat says, y'all know what did I SSS?
I like the gameplay way more than 12 and 11. Way more. But we'll see. I can't shoot yet, so I still kind of suck. Hey, but the GOAT LeBron James fan with the 13 roses off rip. Appreciate you, bro. But let's get into it. Actually, can I see my previous games yet? But the one thing about 13 that is kind of annoying is how hard it is to upgrade your player. As in getting skill points to upgrade your player. Like the requirements are lower, but I'm getting like 100 a game, bro. Where am I looking? Player card. Can I see my last few games?
Maddie
yes,
Madbuck
finally.
says facts.
Okay, I can see my last few games. One thing that is consistent between this and the other 2Ks is my field goal percentage.
Miguel the
is
Singer
crazy.
says you have to perform very well in the games.
Yeah, there's not as much
Maddie
leeway.
Madbuck says I think you get more SP in the key games.
Yeah, it is double. But like double of 150 is still not. It's still kind of low. And I'm playing on 12-minute quarters. So, but we'll see once we get to like in the starting lineup, which I'm pretty sure if it's anything like the other 2Ks, it's gonna be when I hit 70 overall. But I am at 65, so that's not too far away. Your Chinese spy. Hey, I missed you too, man. Welcome back. Okay, not too bad. Consistent. Let's just get into this drill. Do I have any drills? I got 2.
Miguel the Singer says best thing to do is save up skill points.
Yeah, I don't even remember what the last thing I bought. It might have been a new jump shot because Steph Curry was not it. But yeah, there's some things I need to focus on. Like, I kind of want to lock all the way in on inside scoring because the closest thing I could get up is midi, but that's kind of expensive. But the problem is 90 layup and then 72 shot in traffic, which I'm still not convinced that shot in traffic is actually
Miguel the
contested
Singer says
layups.
you get attribute boosts if you complete training camps.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. That is an option. It's just I think training camps cost skill points. I got to look into it again. LeBron James fan with the let him cook. Oh my God, already balling out, man. Appreciate it. Actually, let's look at these training camps. Get personalized training from Larry Bird on how to perform jump shots. How much is this gonna give me? Because that's affordable too. I thought it cost a little bit more. It might be Jordan that costs more. Because honestly, Larry Bird and MJ are a solid 2. And what is it, 1,000 skill points?
Miguel the Singer says +2 and +3.
That's not bad. That might be the move next. Everything
Miguel the
else is
Singer
whatever.
says based on what you are working on.
Okay. Yeah. We'll try Larry first, depending on how that goes. We'll try MJ. But that is something to notice though. I kind of glanced over this the first time. But let's do these drills real quick. When cost Nazi, did I say that right? I probably didn't. Thanks for the follow, man.
Miguel the Singer says I think the cheapest one is 100 SP.
It probably is. The only thing is that cheap is not gonna help me. Or that boost isn't gonna help me too much. I don't think I'm really getting cooked on defense either, so I don't think I need the defensive one that bad. Also, I don't remember what layup package I have. I might go back to like default.
Alec Perez says are the camps one time only?
You get
Miguel
2
the
camps
Singer
a
says
season.
you changed the jumper?
Yeah, I don't remember to who. But yeah, I'm not using Steph anymore. I think I changed it before the last game on Friday. Easy gold. I'll save another drill for later. That's a solid start. Which one costs? Let me see that again. Something costs 100. Post moves, I don't need. Off ball moves, not important. And then yeah, everything else is 200. So yeah, it's most likely just gonna be Larry Bird and MJ for the drills. But let's get into this game. Actually, let me get a shot up. Let me get a shot up.
Miguel the
with this new
Singer
jump shot.
says put Brandon Jennings jump shot. User says new streamer, what's first time I seen you on TikTok?
Easy. Hilarious. Man, you still owe me money for pain and suffering. I think it's at the top of the jump shot. My rating is so low it doesn't even matter. Sir, we're still on this 2K13.
User says TikTok felt like Patrick and SpongeBob locked up, haha.
Yeah, 2K13 is the move, man. It's funny how many people come in here saying they're like actively playing it. Yeah, this jump shot really doesn't help when I have like a 59 midi. We'll get there. I just needed to make sure I know the timing, which is like top of the jump shot. All right, let's get into this game. What are they talking about me? What they saying? Nice win for King Denier and the Raptors.
User says I seen people calling 911 after TikTok went down.
That's crazy, bro. I wasn't even down for you, so I know you were chilling.
Big Karai says I am playing it still too. Just had 32 with OJ.
Yeah, this game is still alive, man. It's still alive. Who are we playing? I didn't even see. Somebody just starting lineup 2K.
User says bro TikTok was low-key boring and bad, just felt weird and off.
I kept seeing things about other countries talking crazy about Americans. Indiana Pacers with DJ Augustine as the starting point guard. All right, something ain't right, but let's get it.
Miguel the Singer says Granger danger. User says yeah, it was mostly Canada and Australia talking.
I don't blame them though. They have to wait till we got off because it gets dangerous, man. Don't play with those Americans. 4-3 record, tied with the Pacers. Whoever wins this game is jumping to like 3rd seed. DJ Augustine, why are you
Weldasuki
starting?
says what up low. WD in the building.
All right, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's a sorry lineup for both teams besides maybe DeMar and Kyle. Nah, facts. The Raptors team has no depth at all.
User says TikTok feels a bit off, even though it's back like the algorithm is back.
Yeah, a lot of people saying they got sold to, well, not sold, but their servers are now with Meta. So, I don't know. What 2K is this? 13. A soundtrack with something serious? Yeah. Except for the instrumental songs. I don't like any of them. But the regular soundtrack is fire. I'm getting a steal. No, I'm not. Okay. Paul George is like 6'9". I am not equipped for this. At least he's still number 24, so I'm not too worried.
Weldasuki says PG-24, damn the nostalgia.
Yeah, fact. It does not feel right at all. Big three? That's off. Let's go. How do I throw? I forgot to throw. I know how to throw self. Oops. All right. Get
Miguel
the
the
steal.
Singer
There we
says
go.
he's 67 in this game.
Is he?
User says Paul George before he challenged the king himself. Rizgod Mill says back when 2K cared about their game.
X and square.
Alec
Yeah, I figured
Pires
that out.
says X and square.
I didn't realize I was also pointing towards the
Miguel
rim, so
the
nothing
Singer
good
says
comes from that.
6'7".
Yeah, I'm 6'4" on my player, I think. But dude is like towering over me.
Weldasuki says the Thunder in 2K13 was so fire.
Yeah, I think we beat them, and then we lost to some bums after, which is crazy. Diddy Granger back at it again. 2K11 monster. See, Lowry looks like he's 5 feet tall.
Miguel the Singer says OKC was my worst nightmare.
Apparently mine is just bottom tier teams, which I keep losing to.
User says Lowry 5 feet backwards and out.
That is, we already on that? Go up? No? All right, just pass it out, bro. 3 seconds. Ah, here we go, DeMar. Here we go.
Weldasuki says the was DeRozan got traded.
I see why now. None of that. None of that. Offensive rebound.
Rizgod Mill says what
Three-pointer.
2K is your favorite.
My favorite is 2K14, which I can't wait to get to after this one.
User says who is that green?
Your guess is as good as mine. Okay. Solo battle.
Miguel the Singer says middle school nostalgia hits the hardest.
Gerald Green? Okay. Alternate timeline.
User says passing like Paul George against Paul George.
What team is he's supposed to be on the Rockets right now, right? Because it doesn't look like he was traded. Oh, Hanessa and one.
Weldasuki says it's Gerald Green.
Yeah, Gerald. Okay, good shot. 7-point game. Could we like at least tie it up by the end of the quarter? I'm there. Oh, that's a steal. No way.
User says he was actually on the Pacers for a year damn after coming back from China damn.
Oh.
Rizgod Mill says what overall?
65, I believe. I did not know he was on the Pacers. And he's also a post scorer, apparently. I'm there. Reward me. Thank you. Good shot defense. Here we go. Here we go. And one. Call that rough?
Miguel the Singer says remember when DeMar DeRozan hit 2 game winners in a row in 2 straight games? User says got the news from the Shanghai Sharks.
Yeah, that was crazy. Especially the one in the corner. Because I think he pump faked and then went up. DeMar had like a solid run. Hit me, hit me. Oh my God. Something, I don't think shot in traffic is gonna help me finish in the paint. I don't know what it is. Okay.
Weldasuki says James Harden in the Rockets' first season was so goated. Top 3 SG in my opinion. User says you see Gello perform at an NFL game.
No, he already got the performances booked. Okay, Kyle Lowry's hooping.
Miguel the Singer says in around this time he was in the dunk contest.
Okay, that kind of fits. I just don't remember him being on the Pacers when he was in the dunk contest. I might be a year before or after
Miguel
this,
the
though.
Singer says no.
3, knock it down. There we go. 4-point game. I have 2 points. Ugh. 1 for 3.
Rizgod Mill says shout out Sebastian Telfair. Alec Perez says that dude that hit the 3 is automatic.
Yeah, we'll see about that. You might be on to something.
Miguel the Singer says I was talking about DeMar DeRozan.
You might be on to something. Is this our Hidu? Did we find a Turkaloo replacement? Still mad they don't have my face on this cover, bro. Gotta get out there. There we go.
User says I just woke up to your notification saying you're live, so I jumped on haha. Weldasuki says John Jones Jr. LMAO, that's true. ZM Matt says what's up low.
Matt, what's up, man? I only went with the John Jones Jr. name because apparently I look like him. Which my girl didn't believe because she saw like the recent John Jones pictures, and then I found like a younger one, and then she was like, yeah, it's a little bit. I still barely see it,
Weldasuki
but
says can you fight like him though?
I'm not a fighter, I'm a de-escalator.
User says the first person I saw on this live was Alec, you there? Rizgod Mill says this the year PG took Braun to 7.
They went to 7? Oh!
Miguel the Singer says I am an eel. Alec Perez says WYM easy law.
Ooh! In and out.
Miguel the Singer says he didn't get it.
83 on the dunk? Nah, I did not. 6-point game. Let's please get a stop. Our biggest problem is our interior defense. Like if they just feed Roy every single time, we're cooked. Who is that? Is that Bargnani? It is. Step back. DeMar. Midi. It's off. All right. Get there. We are not about to lose to the Pacers, bro.
Weldasuki says I miss Kobe era.
Yeah. Let's see how he is when we play him on the Lakers, though. Because I don't think he did anything really.
Rizgad Mill says this Pacers team was so tough.
I don't think he did anything really last 2K.
Miguel the Singer says yeah, he did.
Baiting midi? Off. Alright, nice bucket. 2K15? No, 13. We're on 13.
User says my team, the Warriors, got walked all over. Damn.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Come on. First dunk of the game. What's my dunk meter? Is that, or the sprint dunk thing, or whatever it's called? That's like at least a 60. 2 in a row? No.
Rizgad Mill says back when the Raptors logo was actually cool.
I just watched
User
this video
says who's
today.
the better Paul George, OKC or Pacers?
OKC was like second in MVP voting, I think. Second or third. But I did just watch a video today of this guy going through like every NBA team's logo throughout history.
Miguel the Singer says third.
And like the Raptors really tweaked. Actually, a lot of teams did. But yeah, Raptors had one of the best logos ever.
Rizgad Mill says at Easy Point 3 2013 PG was so tough.
Oh my god. Yeah, Pacers PG was so much more fun. That was a mistake. Like fun to watch because he was
Miguel
way
the
more
Singer
reliant
says
on
it
his
was Giannis
athleticism.
Harden in PG.
OKC was just everything.
Antman FS says yes sir, we not banned baby.
Yeah, not yet. Give me my dunk meter. It's off the charts, that's why. Unless we already wasted the sprint slam cam of the game. 6-point game, still. He's gonna shoot that.
User says OKC had the whole bag and even Almsad and maybe should have won DPOY. Rizgad Mill says cherry picking is the best for 65 overalls.
Hey man, I'm trying to do everything. Any way to get a bucket.
Antman FS says Amazing Orange got us TikTok back.
Amazing Orange is crazy. What 2K is this? It's 2K13. DJ's not a threat. Let me play more help. He just started saucing. And I pressed square at the perfect time. Let's go. DeMar, dunk some. DeMar, dunk some. Hey! Bamboo! Thanks for the follow. Excellent. Exactly what I want to see. Thanks, coach.
User says you see other creators exposing themselves, then regretting it?
I haven't seen any for myself, but I heard...
Austin Riley Softball says we're back, brother.
Yes, sir. I heard that there was like fitness influencers who lied about everything they did. Like they just got surgery. They faked all their videos. That's crazy. You let DJ Augustine stop you at the rim. Eduardo, thanks for the follow, man. And also, if anyone wants
Eduardo
to see the full screen
Sullivan
version,
says best 2K of all time.
link to the
Austin
Twitch is
Riley
in the bio.
Softball says who do you want to win the college football championship, Notre Dame or Ohio State?
I don't
Rizgad
watch
Mill
football.
says shout out Roy Hibbert.
But I'm gonna go with Notre Dame. I like their colors. That's how girls pick sports teams to cheer for. That's crazy.
User says just hit on a 6-leg parlay.
Okay, role player, let me get my cut. Too little. Easy
Rizgad
bucket.
Mill says best 2K is 2K16 or 2K17.
I haven't played 16, but I personally think that's the best one from what I've seen. But we'll see when I get to it.
Weldasuki says LMAO, that's how I picked the Buffalo Bills because of the colors and look at them now. Austin
Another
Riley
one.
Softball says
Come
you know
on.
what I did, I was playing with Zion and I did put my first between the legs dunk.
You can never get that on purpose. Twitch you? Thanks, Miguel. Okay, I see you, Miguel, on the Twitch.
Miguel the Singer
Appreciate
says
you.
TikTok me. Rizgod Mill says another cherry pick, nice.
No, I'm taking advantage of all of them. Like this one. Okay. All right, this is like the third oop they thrown, man. This is ridiculous. Cut, Jamar! That pass is so slow.
User says I am praying
assist.
Patrick Mahomes don't win, I am tired of seeing Taylor Swift.
What's it looking like right now? Who's the top teams? All I kept seeing though was, what was the Ravens quarterback? Or not quarterback, receiver? Getting clowned.
Ted Lasso says I know my eyes aren't that bad, and I may be wrong, but the quality seems really poor on YouTube.
Is it? I'm watching
Alec
it right now. It
Perez
looks
says
fine,
Bills
but
Chiefs and Eagles Commanders. User says Andrew something, I forgot his last name.
all right, these replays are
Weldasuki
getting
says
annoying.
Buffalo, KC, Eagles and Commanders.
Okay. Ugh. Oh, I didn't know the Commanders were good. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs only because that's what I know. But honestly, I don't care.
Weldasuki says I've been saying since the season started that this Bills year. Hopefully it is. User says refs have a parlay on the Chiefs after I saw last week's game. Mayenry should have won an Oscar. Alec Perez says I pray the Bills go to the SB.
Bills. We'll see. Who are the Chiefs playing next? Or
Miguel
has
the
that
Singer
game?
says poor Matthew.
You're too little. You're too little.
Weldasuki says Bills.
Oh, they're playing the
Alec
Bills?
Perez says the Bills.
Yeah, but better luck next year. Why am I reaching like that? Peyton, thanks for the follow. 2K13,
ZM Matt
yes sir.
says what poor me.
Bills aren't winning. Another one.
User says Josh Allen is the QB, his girl is the one where the other dude tried to date her and she got engaged.
I'll pass out. Oh, they got drama like that over there too?
Rizgod Mill says shout out to Pacers Jeff Teague.
All right, bro. We're not about to do this right now. We got back-to-back smoke layups. Okay. I should
Alec
have like
Perez
7
says
assists.
Shemake Moore.
Lock up, lock up, lock up. I have 2. I have 2. Oh, good hand. Let's go, DeRozan. Push, 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 push. Keep it, keep it. 3 missed layups. All right. Granger, stop him. I can't help.
Weldasuki says OKC Tabo Cephalosha.
That's
User
what I feel
says
like I'm playing with
Transformers,
right now.
always picking the nice ones for them movies.
A charge!
David LBJ says I am here.
David, this is your fault. 100% your fault, David. This is why they took your kneecaps. Unbelievable.
User says Transformers need Kyle Lowry in their movie.
There's a new Transformers movie coming out or something? Look at these offensive rebounds. Get a
Miguel the
stop.
Singer says huh? David LBJ says wow my kneecaps.
You don't deserve it. I almost did a hop step again. Somebody come to the ball. Thank you. I'm about to roll. I'm about to roll. DeMar, use the screen. Hop shot. All right, we up 1 again. Block up, block up. PG trying to get open.
David LBJ says, you know how hard it was to crawl in that attic today?
You gotta crawl with stiff knees. Okay, Fields. Show me something then.
David
Knock him
LBJ
down.
says, you making fun of me ain't cool.
Man, I'm making fun of a fake situation. You'll be alright. Keep your head up.
Rizgod Mill says, shout out
Gosh.
Landry Fields.
No, for real. For some reason, I just picture Landry Fields to be like 6'2". He's like 6'7". Oh, cookies. Thank you. I messed that up. Do something. There we go. I swear that was rolling out the rim. 3 for 6. Okay. Roy wide open. Throw it in the paint. Throw it in the
David
paint.
LBJ says, all that for my little bro.
I bet he's very appreciative. Where you live at? Chicago? I'm from there too. Oh, that's what's up. Yeah. North side of Chicago. Free throw time. Let's get it. That's late. Good enough. B minus.
User says, I went to Macca's before work and ate and had diarrhea and then came home, haha.
Macca's. That's still crazy y'all call it that. But I had some yesterday. Bro, the McDonald's app is probably one of the greatest things humans invented since like
David
internet,
LBJ
bro.
says he's going to the league.
The local men's league I'm playing in. That's off. Throw it down, throw it down. Offensive rebound, Roy Hibbert, easy bucket.
Miguel the Singer says Andrea Bargnani was a first overall pick.
He's playing like the 30th.
User says Macca's is easier than saying the whole thing, but the app deals go crazy. David LBJ says John Jones Jr.
Something like that. We usually call it Mickey D's. Look at this, Roy Hibbert. This is prime Roy Hibbert, though. This is prime Roy Hibbert. I can't be mad at it. From the
Rizgod Mill
Juliet
says
area.
that jump
Okay.
shot is atrocious. Ted Lasso says you are on Twitch too, right?
Yes, sir. We on Twitch and YouTube. Roy is cooking. Always. Why not let it fly? Because I can't let it fly.
User says I am
Mid-range
contemplating
of
moving to
59.
California. What do you think?
This is probably the worst time in human history to move to California. Look at this. No interior defense. Texas might be the best bet. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, man. Texas cost of living is Cali's cost of living is crazy. It likes to burn down sometimes.
Miguel the
Earthquakes.
Singer says it's the second.
Hey, it
Rizgod
doesn't
Mill
matter.
says bro played PG ball game.
Doesn't matter. Ball game's a ball game. And I played it on him.
User says I ain't going to the deep south where my color gonna get me back.
Bro, any major Texas city and you're fine. Player of the half. This is a first, I think. Twitch
Miguel
is
the
nice
Singer
over
says
here.
it
Yes,
is.
it is. Yes, it is. Bro, because I was thinking about moving
User
to Texas
says I
a while
studied
ago.
American history, so I know what's at least happened in the past.
Yeah, the South is crazy in the past, dude. But like now, any major city anywhere is pretty cool. For the most part. Like 98%. The lower the population, the lower your chances of survival.
Rizgod Mill says imagine PG hits a game winner this game.
Absolutely not. He gonna hit the whole side of the backboard. Third quarter
Miguel
back
the
in, and
Singer
we are
says
up.
change the dunking hand to either. User says how about Florida or maybe
Dunking
East
hand?
Coast?
Florida. the way climate change is going, that might not be the move. Unless you're like upper Florida, like northern Florida. That's
Miguel
probably
the
cool.
singer says yes, it's a thing.
Okay, I'll take a look at that then. Oh, we gotta stop!
Rizgod Mill says PG gonna call ball game and airball.
That's what I'm hoping for. Bad pass. Redemption. We're good. Don't go southern Florida. You're just asking for your house to get washed away. It is nice though. It is nice there. Knock it down, Davis. What Davis is this? What Davis
Alec
is this?
Perez says Central Florida is where you want to go.
Ed Davis, okay. Central Florida's the move? Maybe, might be. You're pretty safe though
Miguel
from
the singer says who remembers the PG floater to win the game.
any hurricanes or anything.
Rizgod Mill says bro thought he had Anthony Davis.
Bro, I know I
User
didn't have
says
Anthony.
so Central Florida is the place to go or no.
Ooh.
Alec Perez says if you want to be safe from hurricanes, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I thought that last hurricane that hit was gonna go through all of Florida, but it really was just a problem for the southern part. Who is this? Oh, that's Gerald Green. You can't shoot. Read the scouting report. But neither can I.
Alec Perez says yeah, the coasts get cooked.
Ross?
User says I am asking cause there's heaps of Americans here and contemplating moving either April or next year. Rizgod Mill says bro is Derek Jones Jr.'s son.
Yeah, Derrick Jones. He must have had me when he was 9. That's crazy. Wait, he's already a junior. I would be the 3rd. Is that Davis like that? He might be. Oh, George Hill is still on this team. Bad reach. You're not doing nothing, buddy. You're not doing nothing.
Rizgod Mill says Ed Davis Blazers legend.
Get ready to learn Chinese again, bud. No first up. No first up. Nope. Slowest closeout ever. Hit me.
User says you seen or heard Big Time Rush.
Bro. Big Time Rush was probably the greatest boy band before 1D got there, man. Probably top 10 theme songs.
User says Nickelodeon or Disney, who better?
Disney for me. There was only like maybe 3 or 4 shows I watched on Nickelodeon. Now Nicktoons is different. Nicktoons I have right under Cartoon Network, mostly because of Avatar. But yeah, Disney over Nick. Oh yeah, we like that.
Rizgod
get this
Mill
lead
says
moving.
shout out to Jeremy Lin Linsanity.
No, for real. I just saw a tough Jeremy Lin at it the other day.
User says Disney did have better movies, but Nickelodeon had better shows.
What? I mean, I guess so. I hear that a lot. 2K rim sound, that's elite. That's like the most common thing people say. Hey,
Alec
but
Perez says that's a fair take.
Austin and Alley though. That was the Disney Channel's version of Big Time Rush. I don't know, but I feel like Disney has more memorable shows. I feel like Nick only has maybe 3 heavy hitters.
User says bro Disney had High School Musical clears all Nickelodeon movies.
I mean, yeah, I can't remember a Nick movie besides live action
Miguel the
Fairly Odd
Singer
Parents.
says cap.
but like, what did Nick have besides iCarly, Drake and Josh, and like maybe 3 other shows? Disney has at least 12, bro. That's a lie. At least 10. Oh my god, double yet? Ant Farm, Wizards of Waverly Place. That already trumps like half of Nick.
Rizgod Mill says Disney had LeBron James 2020 ring. User says Nick had iCarly, Drake and Josh BTR Victorious and more.
I mean, Sweet Like of Zach and Cody. What else we got? Jesse was fired. Shout out Mrs. Kipling, RIP. I don't know. It's really preference, I guess. I never watched Drake and Josh. It just wasn't appealing to me. Oh god, he stopped himself. Thank you. I was about to start complaining. That was supposed to go to the paint. 3 seconds, get out! Bang, good shot. 10-point lead. This is what I like to see from y'all. This is what I like to see. Rest up. We'll need you back out there in a bit. Yes, coach. Give me some Gatorade. 105.96. Another thing I noticed about this is that it's a lot harder to score a crazy amount than it is in the last 2Ks. Maybe that's just because I don't have a jump shot and I gotta work harder for every bucket. But it's like, I'm not dropping 40 a game anytime soon. Dunk some. This is also the worst full court press I've ever seen.
Rizgod Mill says David West is someone I haven't seen in a minute.
Shout out David West. I'm stealing it. I'm stealing it. Oh, that floater. Go rebound. Let's go. Oh my god. I could do a better dunk than that. Scored 20. Oh, it's my first 20 piece? Okay. Joker card. Thanks for the follow. Lock up. Lock up. Lock up. Good job. Let's go. Another one. DeMar, please catch it. Oh my. It went in. Double. All right. Okay. Yo, has Roy missed a shot yet? And why is he... What is my pass accuracy?
User says I saw this dude say that Jokic already top 10 and I said he minimum top 20 right now, but that crazy. Rizgod Mill says how did DeMar make that? Plum says no Danny Granger and M.
Yeah. They're getting spanked right now. Jokic, top 10. It's kind of hard because of the rings. That's like the only thing that, unless you have multiple awards of like of every type, like Hakeem, who only has 2 and is, you know, in GOAT Center convos. I think top 15 is fair because 3 MVPs is kind of crazy.
Chunky says PG was so different over there, I don't know why he left.
He was trying to win, bro.
User says I said Jokic need to low-key win more than maybe, but RN his accolades are like the same of Hakeem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But Hakeem just has more things outside of on like
Miguel
both
the
sides of the
Singer
ball.
says Shy is MVP.
You think so? I'm still going for Jokic this year.
Rizgod Mill says PG hit the side of the backboard during a Game 7.
Put me in with 1 minute left. Thanks, coach.
Chunky says Ill never leave my team, he still ain't win.
Oh yeah.
User says Jokic can't just stand on MVPs alone.
Good bucket.
Miguel
Yeah,
the Singer
that's
says
fair.
it Yezer in the bubble.
That's fair. That's fair. He needs at least another ring.
Miguel the Singer says he's got
10.
rings.
Or a DPOY, which he's not gonna win. If you're gonna just like
Plum says Jokic isn't the typical big, so for me it's hard to rank him.
if you're gonna be in a GO status for just stats and personal awards, you've gotta have
Mill
like
says at
crazy
Miguel
amounts.
_Thesinger yet. User says at Miguel _Thesinger a ring now rings.
Yeah, you need multiple.
Chunky
like,
says
top
I
20,
hope Westbrook get a ring.
Top 20, a ring and an MVP. Did I just stop a center in the paint? A ring and like an MVP is enough
User
to get you
says
pretty
I meant
far.
a ring, not ringus.
But like anything further than that. Big shot Bob. Come on. There
Plum
we go.
says is 50 on the Pacers Ilisheva?
Ilyasova on the Pacers? No. That's Tyler Hansbrough. Thought so. Player of the game. First
Mill
player of the
says
game.
Lance ain't getting minutes. User says like if they say Jokic can stand alone on MVPs, then where's Robert Horry on the all-time list? Miguel
That
the
doesn't
Singer
count.
says no.
That doesn't count. Only because he wasn't the best player on the team.
Miguel the Singer says you've got it before.
I did? Oh, I wonder why they just gave me a trophy for it. How much did I get? 197. Oh man, they're greedy. Solid game though. What they got to say for me in the press conference? What they got to say for me? 30,
User
28,
says it
and
is
11.
they say MVPs alone carrying him, so why can't Chips do the same? Like Patrick McCaw.
I mean,
Miguel the Singer
because
says career high.
to be the MVP, you have to beat out like 400 people.
Rizgad Mill says back when Roy Hibbert actually had a job.
It's harder to
Miguel
do that,
the
I
Singer
think.
says it's gonna be Doris too.
It's gonna be Doris. Watch. My money's on Ronnie.
Plum
Says best 2 KO'd emo next to 17.
You guys were rolling tonight, and you really seem to be feeling it with your shot.
I don't know who that is.
How much of a factor did that play in the win?
How we answering this, y'all? It was a small part. That's a lie. It was a team effort. That's the right answer. It was a major factor. It's never just
Alec
one
Perez
thing.
says triangle.
Yeah,
Rizgad
triangle's not
Mill
bad.
says at blue 2K16 is number 1, then 2K17.
Oh, yeah, I think triangle is the move. Let's go with
Miguel the
triangle.
Singer says square.
Someone's always going to get hot. Tonight it happened to be me. And you can never just pick out one thing and say that's the reason we won the game. There's so much more to it than that. Sure, my shooting was a contributing factor, but you got to talk about all the rest of the stuff too if you want a complete story.
Facts.
I ain't going to get into all that though. You guys can figure it out on your own. For now, I'm just happy with that W.
Mm-hmm. Solid answer. Solid answer. Solid answer.
User says trial team USA Paul George or off seasonally Thompson after a title.
The greatest comeback since Lazarus, man. $64?
Miguel the Singer says I know all the right press conference answers.
Do you know?
User says who would you rather be just a question.
Give me. There's no right answer to this. Give me Paul George, I guess. He wasn't washed when he came back. Do we just save it? Where is it? Where is it? Where's the...
User says Clay came straight back to a title, haha.
Yeah, but then
Alec Perez
the
says
wash
yeah, save the
allegations.
points for a camp.
Save it for the camp? Okay. Yo, these badges are expensive. What's my pass accuracy? Because I've been throwing the ball out of bounds, 61. What can I get that to? Nothing that matters.
Miguel
right.
the Singer says 10. User says Paul George facing washed allegations right now.
Yeah. He got a time
Plum
gap between the
says
two.
I never liked how you'd start off as like a 50 in these older games and it cost more to upgrade.
Yeah, I think they start you on 60 on this one. I think
Plum
it was 40
says
on 11.
for me at least.
It was 40 on 11. I think 45 or 50 on 12. 60 is a nice jump because I can actually do stuff now. What am I looking for? Schedule. Play the Celtics, 3 and 4 Celtics, then the Magic. Okay. No key games for a while until we play the Magic again, and then the Magic again.
User says Blake gotta be one of the first rookies to start with a high overall back in the day. Miguel the Singer says remember the last stream we were talking about unusual players. Plum says key game versus the GOAT Rodney Stuckey.
Unusual players? Remind me on that.
Baby Nickel says yo.
Elmo, what's going on? Wait, what am I looking at? Team statistics. Bynum.
Miguel the Singer says Olympic Kawhi. Baby Nickel says just got off my G.
Okay, that's what's up. Man, that's a late
Rizgod
shift.
Mill says shout out Andrew Bynum. User says but why did you jump back on stream after saying it ended though?
Oh, because y'all was still talking. I mean, I cut the screen to end stream, but I give it a second just so Twitch and YouTube and TikTok are all on the same like speed. Because TikTok's ahead of Twitch.
Plum
and
says
Twitch is
Ben
ahead
Gordon
of YouTube,
UNC.
So I was just watching, seeing what y'all was talking about. Ben Gordon Unk. D Marcus. Solid. Okay. Who do we play next? Celtics,
Rizgod
right?
Mill says dang Paul Pierce was still on the Celtics, I forgot.
Pierce, Brandon Bass, second in scoring. KG third. Avery Bradley.
User
Rondo.
says one of the best crash outs DeMarcus Cousins.
I think we might have played these guys already. That team looks a little too familiar.
Baby Nickel says hot take Amare should have been the one option in New York. Miguel the Singer says last year of the Celtics Big Three.
Yeah, before they went to the Nets. The retirement home. MVP chance?
Rizgod Mill says nah Amare is nowhere close to Melo. User says Kilogram falling off already then got shipped and Nets got finessed by Danny Ainge.
Yeah, Kilogram was
Baby
tripping.
Nickel says team would have been a lot better. Melo was stopping the ball too much. User says check trades.
I'll
Miguel
check
the
it
Singer
after this
says
game.
the trade got the Tatum and JB in the future.
Justin, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, man? The trade guy got Tatum and JB. Yeah. That's crazy how that all worked out. I wonder what the next Tatum and JB are going to be. And I keep forgetting, I don't get tired in the first quarter. I
Baby
keep forgetting about that.
Nickel says Amare should have been the one I am standing on THT. User says I still can't believe the Nets actually went through with it.
Bro, the
Miguel
Nets,
the Singer says Brown is better.
Nah, bro. Brown is terrible right now.
Baby Nickel says my guy Cade went crazy TDY.
What'd he do? Not much. Okay. What do you have, a triple double again? I haven't watched a game in a minute, in like a week or so. Jaylen Brown has no left hand. He is averaging like 3 turnovers a game, so that really doesn't help his case.
User says I would have thought more people would come join the stream, I can't lie.
Yeah, it's a quiet one today.
Plum says I feel like he dropped 22 and 7 every other night.
Does he? I just watched a video of Legend of Winning on YouTube. He just broke down his whole, like, how his season is going right now. And it's not too hot. It's not too hot. He's not the #1 option on that team. Like, all his numbers are worse. He's shooting, I think, the worst from 3 in his career, and the worst from 2 since 2018.
Baby Nickel says he had 32. User
I'm talking
says
about
I
the
am
season as a
happy
whole.
Steph and
I don't know
Braun
about
gonna
the
be
last couple
starters for the
games.
All-Stars.
Is he? Are they? When's the last day
Miguel
for
the
voting?
Singer says 15 views in 30 minutes, bro fell off. Plum says he had 32 PT, 9 reb, 7 assist and a steal and a block. Baby Nickel
That
says
sounds
he
good.
dropped 17 in the third quarter in 4 minutes alone.
17 in 4 minutes. That is tough. I can't lie. All I'm saying is Tatum better.
User says Braun and Steph both second in voting forwards and guards. Baby Nickel says Cade all NBA this year.
I can see that. I pump
Plum
faked.
says he AVG the 9th of July 25 1 block 1 steal.
This
Plum
text to speech
says
is crazy
Cade better
sometimes.
be a all-star.
Bro, Rondo. Yeah, Cade's gonna be an all-star for sure. It's just whether he's gonna be a starter or not.
Baby
If they even change the
Nickel
system.
says all-star starter at THT.
Yeah, he's gonna make it. Okay, one hook, one hand floater off the hop. I'll
User
take
says
it.
all-star is a popularity contest. I am just surprised people voting for Embiid. Daily G
Embiid?
says okay.
Why is Embiid getting votes? Bro played like 4 games this season. And he just blew right by me. My agility is like really slow. I don't know if that's tied to speed or its own
Baby
stat.
Nickel says Embiid better not make it.
If he does, I'm gonna take him out myself. There we go.
User says agility the same in real life.
Cap.
Baby Nickel says Jokic better. Is THT still even a convo? It should have never been won in the first place.
Only reason it
Plum
was.
says Ohio Street just won 34-23. User says starter for Cade is crazy unless he gets more votes.
Only reason it ever was because Jokic and Embiid like ducked each other for the. Oh, I guess it was kind of Jokic ducking,
Baby
supposedly.
Nickel says how is Cade for a starter crazy?
And then Embiid destroyed Jokic with the one time they played. People were using their matchup against each other as fuel for who should win MVP. I don't like that.
Baby Nickel says nah, Embiid be ducking Jokic in Denver. He only want to play in Philly.
Okay, they were ducking each
User
other
says
then.
he needs more votes. RNI think it's Brunson Ball and a couple of other guards ahead of him right now. Baby Nickel says Jokic should have 4 straight MVPs.
About to be
Plum
5.
says what's the all-star thing this year? Isn't it like 4 diff teams or some?
Something like that.
Baby
I have no idea.
Nickel says Cade better than Brunson.
On who? Oh my god. Cade better than Brunson? Well, Cade has less help. Cade has a lot less help. He has to do more. We saw
User
what
says
Brunson
at
did when he
Elmo
was
I
number one
am,
option.
just saying he needs more votes. Miguel the singer says pin of shame.
On who? I know you're not talking about me. Joel Embiid knees barely healthy. Yeah, that's why he shouldn't be winning anything to begin with. He's already excluded from season awards.
Miguel the singer says Elmo.
Oh, because they're better than Brunson? Yeah, that is crazy. But yeah, if you get excluded from season awards this early, you better not make All-Star team. Like, don't even put his name on the list.
User says Joel Embiid winning the most games missed this year. JWP Butler says I played that game before in my old house.
No, Ben Simmons
Baby.
might beat him out.
Nickel says what does Brunson do better than KWHT foul bait? Joe F. Wago says Prime Rondo or Prime Russ.
Give me Russ. Yo! Give me Avery Bradley. Good block. Get the
User
rebound.
says
We're
at
going, we're
Elmo,
going.
do you even watch at this point or just yapping?
All right. The only person Cade has is Jalen Durant. Yeah.
Plum says
That's rough out
BRB
there.
gonna watch the Natty celebration. User says why would you throw a self lob for?
You think I meant to throw that? He shot it?
Baby. Nickel says I watch ball father you still never gave me anything he better than. JWP Butler says I played that game in this old house bro that was fun bro into the MyCareer.
Bro. Yeah, this game's fire. Get back on it, Jay Butler. It's never too late. Oh. Are they just gonna keep promoting my blank magazine? When was the last time y'all touched a magazine? Like a physical magazine? I cannot remember. Oh yeah, what am I guarding you so close? That's Rondo. What am I doing? You got help. Shoot that.
User says any upcoming vids?
Not you.
Baby. Nickel says Cade a better can score at all three levels better than Brunson a better defender, playmaker, rebounder. Baby. Nickel says so WHT does Brunson do better than Cade?
Upcoming video, I'm doing 13 Heat in replace of current Heat and seeing how they do. I was gonna work on that today, but I got off work late. Oh! I got the steal. Oh, I got the poke. Honestly, couldn't tell you when was the last time you touched a magazine. Yeah, I was just thinking. 'cause of
User
that
says bro
bogus
need to be
copy I
banned
got.
for his take.
But man, I think I touched one when I
Miguel
was
the singer
waiting for
says
my
a
food
sixth
to warm
seed
up
winning the championship?
at work.
Baby. Nickel says you still never said anything, which is proving my point.
Ooh! Yo, that hop step is cold until they start setting charges on me. Tie game, we gotta pull away.
User says at Elmo I don't need to say anything, everyone knows Brunson better.
Is that true? Is that true? Somebody put up a poll. Do we have any mods on? Ah, I messed up. I hesied. I should have thrown it down to Bargnani. Go to work, Landry. Don't force it. Throw it out. Somebody cut. Somebody cut.
Baby.
Yo.
Nickel says if you can't explain why his game is better than Cade, he's not better than.
Is that facts? Lock up. Nope. Okay, maybe yes. Oh, KG is not like that no more. Bad pass. I should have just went up with it. 6.0 assists. This is terrible compared to the last game. We'll figure it out though.
User says Brunson at the Pistons would average more, haha.
He probably would. But I think he would also have less assists. So it'll end up averaging out. Good closeout. Yo, KG! This is not 2004. What's up, Braden? We're playing 2K13. Love Brunson, but rather take Cade. Yeah. Cade, I think I
Big
would
Dog
too.
Braden says solid game.
It depends on the team, really. Kingston, thanks for the follow. It really depends on the team. Like, if my team sucks, I want Cade. If my team is solid, I'll take Brunson because I feel like
Baby.
I won't be
Nickel
worried
says
too much
Cade is
about
a
him.
67 PGTHT can do everything.
Like, I feel he'll be more consistent when it matters. I jumped early. Oh, he missed it. And he gets a rebound. But, like, I feel like 9 times out of 10, you don't know your team and you need a point guard. Cade makes the most
Miguel the
sense.
Singer says, did you know in this game your coach gets fired after every season? Baby.
Every season?
Nickel says the Pistons solid this year. It's not like they were last year.
Yeah. That's true. But they're
Miguel
still
the
bad.
Singer says yes.
No, oh, no, I guess not bad, but they're not good. Why are we double teaming? Out of bounds. Let's go. Two-point game. This team's defense is kind of ridiculous. Knock it down. My bad. I took too long. I can't dribble too much around him. Oh! Easy bucket. That's another thing that's different. You can't get away with, like, janky movements in the
Miguel the
last two
Singer
2Ks.
says that happened to me after every championship I won.
Some high standards.
Timberguck says that looked a little Shabazz Muhammadi.
Timber. Thank you.
User says I reckon if Ron
Come on.
Artest didn't get ejected against the Lakers in 08 Rockets probs winning that year.
Hey, Timber.
Baby. Nickel says all I gotta say is the Knicks 4-6 in their last 10 and the Pistons 7-3.
I was trying to think of what video
Process
would be
says
my
Viva La
last.
Vida is a classic man.
If 2K got, or
Timberduck
if
says
TikTok
ye.
got taken down, and I was gonna do the Shabazz Muhammad one. But it didn't, so no Shabazz Muhammad. He just blew right by me. Best 2K of all time.
Timberguck says no way dude.
Debatable. Hop. Shot. Off. Give me the layup. Tie game.
Process says did you play this one when it came out? User says at Elmo team records
when
and
it came
individual
out.
records are different.
But a year after, because I got it as a hand-me-down with the Xbox. Shout out my uncle. Bargnani with the MIDI. Good shot. Timber with the GGs. Thank you, man.
Baby. Nickel says Brunson not even the best player on his team. Timberguck says would that change your mind?
Perhaps. Well, we'll see after the TikTok extension what happens. Get the rebound. Oh my God, y'all suck. Y'all too little. Y'all.
Miguel the Singer
scared.
says because Cat is there now. Process says the midnight release for this was 2 blocks down. Line was long as shit. User
That's
says
crazy.
yeah I'm a just let you be and live in delusional world.
I believe that though. This 2K was crazy. Probably one of my favorite 2K covers. Ah, reached too early.
Miguel the Singer says pin of shame.
Rondo for 3. All right. Come on, get the rebound.
Nickel says you still never gave me a reason Brunson better than Cade, but IIG.
Man, let's ask the professional after this. I feel like it's not super far away. My body is yours is insane. I didn't even see that.
Process says I remember this was the last 2K to get a quick match online demo.
Good move. I forgot about that. Man, we haven't had a MyCareer demo in like 5 years.
Baby. Nickel says is Brunson a top 5 PGRN? No.
No? Well, if you argue
Process
no,
says wasn't 2K17 or 18 the last one?
I think it was 18. If you argue no, at the same time, he would be considered that last
User
year.
says that Elmo Cade ain't top 5 for both PG and SG.
He took a like a
Miguel
a
the
lesser
singer
role
says
with
at
Cat
IDK I
there.
thought you were talking about when you let the game sit without playing.
How did that pass get
Brayden
through?
says they need to bring the NBA player MyCareer mode back to 2K. Rizgod Mill says back when Paul Pierce was not cold-blooded.
Go bucket. They gave me the assist on that. I'm surprised. Where were y'all for Paul Pierce's farewell tour? I'm surprised you're not calling foul. I'm spamming
User
square
says
on
you
them.
ever been in a fight?
No, I don't fight.
Baby.
Actually,
Nickel says 1 version 1 and 5v5 IM take Cade twice on Sundays.
apparently I was talking to my dad on Saturday, and we were talking about how bad I was as a kid. And he said one day he picked me up from school and I had like dirt all over my
MTD.
clothes
Moose says hold on why it's not speaking my message WTH.
from fighting somebody in like kindergarten, which I have no memory of. But other than that, I don't do the
Mill
fighting.
says Paul Pierce ain't get a farewell tour. He thought he was Kobe. They don't love him like
Dang,
that.
come on, man.
User says at Trevor NBA 2K12.
They don't love
Baby.
you like Kobe.
Nickel says WHT Draymond said they don't love you like THTU, not Kobe bro, disrespected Paul.
Man, Draymond funny when he not jumping off somebody's chest. The last demo was on 21.
Stephen
Oh, who's
Mbonifant
hot?
says what's up.
Who's hot?
Cash Money
Oh.
says lock in twin.
What's up, Steven? How you doing? DeMar, I gave you the ball to cook.
User says at least Draymond and Pierce chill with each other now, and Pierce even asked when his was haha. Cash Money says you not locked in.
I'm locked in, Cash. I'm locked
Timbergut
in.
says where were you when Paul Pierce crapped his pants? Cash Money says lock in. Process says
playing
this
with
was the last
toys.
2K with celebrities in the game. Stephen Mbonifant says
Was it?
hyped as hell my Buckeyes just won the national championship.
I've heard. Shout out to them. Is that the cap? I don't know nothing about football, so
Timbergut
don't
says
come
as
for
a
me.
Notre Dame guy that hurt.
But
Process says Yay 2K13 had Jersey Shore MFS and Justin Bieber.
isn't there like tiers to the
Baby.
championship?
Nickel says Pistons gone make the
Or was
offs
that
this year.
the top of it?
User says Paul Pierce one of the only legend I know with minus aura right now after saying he better than Wade.
Yeah.
Miguel the singer says no.
No? Oh, okay. Never mind then. Never mind. Because I'm thinking like in March Madness, most of the, I think every team there won some type of thing before they got there. Unless I'm wrong on that too, because I still don't watch college for real.
Rizgod Mill says Pierce always hates on players that beat him.
That's probably one of the funniest clips too. Ooh!
Baby. Nickel says I mean IU gotta have a certain level of ego to make it to the league.
Yeah, facts.
Miguel
And a
the
whole lot
singer
of
says you
delusion.
mean the conference championships.
Is that what it is? Okay, yeah, that's what I meant then.
User says it was worse when they read his accomplishments and the chick had sound effects.
He's like, ooh, you 0. We might show them. I might play that clip. Hey, bro really got fired for having strippers on IG Live.
Chad says, why do you think the NBA is declining in viewership?
There's no,
Baby.
because
Nickel
there's no...
says, nah, ISO
there's too
Joe
many-
did him dirty IYKYK.
There's too many differences in, like, who's the best team every year. Because, like, I feel like this is the first time, like, this last 5 years.
User says,
where-
cause Killian Hayes isn't in the NBA now.
That too. Shout out
Baby.
Killian, free Killian.
Nickel says, too many streaming platforms.
But, like, I don't know.
Miguel
There's
the
no number
singer
one
says
team
it's not fun to watch anymore.
It's the same team winning it every single time. Which people say they don't like, but I think we really do like it. I don't know. Funniest interaction I've seen.
Ren. Goku
What's
says, what's up
between
bro, I saw you
Draymond
streaming
and
when I was
Charles
about to go
Barkley?
to sleep.
Rengoku,
Chad says
what's
Steph
up? You don't get to go to
unironically
sleep,
made
man.
the league fun, but also broke it.
I don't remember the Barkley and Draymond
Baby.
one.
Nickel says we need more storylines. Miguel the singer says the rarity of close games.
Mock Keefe, thanks
User
for the
says
follow.
need one more Bron or Steph run, and I promise viewers will go up.
No, if we get another Lakers Warriors finals, oh my god. Not another, but like
Ren.
Braun stuff.
Goku says LMAO. I got school tomorrow, so I hope you have a great night and win this game.
Nah, bro, just call off. Call in sick for school. Damar. This game is too close. Yeah, but
Baby.
there are way too many
Nickel
streaming
says Bron and
services.
Steph teaming up for their last year would boost ratings fascio.
Teaming up is insane. Timber with another GG. This for you right here, Timber. Get in the stop. That's the best I got. I'm not getting a block on dude. Why am I guarding
Miguel
him
the
to
singer
begin
says
with?
Warriors and LA are in the same conference. Timberguck says GOAT.
You was right. I'm tripping. Somebody's got to go. But that conference finals would be crazy. Just for it to lead up to something like...
User says if Bron and Steph team up, I'm a Kareem hard.
Oh my
Baby.
god.
Nickel says or have all the OGS team up for their last year, Cade Bron and Steph.
It's gonna lead to like Lakers versus Cavs, and the viewership is gonna be like the worst ever. Warriors versus Celtics again would be good. Maybe. But Warriors are kind of cooked right now. Big boards, watch out, low man. DeMar, I don't know if I trust you right now. Okay, go up. Easy
Baby.
bucket.
Nickel says yay, they just got dropped off by 40 TDY. Miguel the singer says we're getting a game 7 in the finals this year.
By force?
Rizgod Mill says dang, the Celtics really lost to Melo this year. User says you should
Oh my
recreate
God.
Bronny, saying why would you ask that chat about Zaire Wade?
That is not something I want to recreate. I just threw a
Baby.
bullet to his fingers.
Nickel says Celtics not repeating.
What? You think Cavs are gonna go all the way? Knock it down, Lowry. Bang. Tough. No assist? Why? I sound
User
like
says
Bronny?
at Elmo something we can
I do
agree on.
not sound
haha.
like Bronny. I'll be saying anything. Sound like Bronny. I look like Bronny, and I look like Bryce, and I look like KSI and John Jones, and then some like random football player guy, and none of them look alike. Joel, thanks for the follow. Out of bounds, Bigfoot.
Timberguck says IDK what the common factor is.
They black. Just generic
Baby.
black.
Nickel says either the Cavs take M out or they lose in the finals.
You think so? I think the Celtics are gonna run it back. Jump, not you. Oh my God, our centers are trash.
Baby.
How are we up
Nickel
right now?
says Jokic getting ring number 2 this year.
The Nuggets got it together, right? Once Jamal remembered how to play basketball. Pull up.
User says Marcus Smart really got
Cash.
traded for a title.
That's how it goes, bro. They did it to Tatum. Not Tatum. To DeMar. I kind of want to do it right
Rizgod
now
Mill
here.
says, dang, imagine if Valanciunas was on this team.
Imagine,
Baby.
bro.
Nickel says hot take Rockets making the WCF.
Way
User
too
says
early,
Jamal
bro.
only knows how to play basketball against the Lakers or when his girlfriend is with him.
Yeah, that pre-game workout, it goes crazy. I just can't finish that. I got full stamina bar too. That's the annoying part. Ross, let me see something. Oh, I meant you cook, but that's fine. Thank you. Good call, ref.
Baby.
Good call, ref.
Nickel says Rockets need to trade Jalen Green and build around Sengun. Been saying this though.
Yeah. The problem is they should be able to play together. They should be able to play together.
Rizgod Mill says, but how does this affect Kean Ellis' legacy? Timberguck says ever since Jamal got leaked, he hasn't been the same.
I mean,
User says if Brandon Roy and Greg Oden don't get injured, Dame doesn't go to Blazers. Think about that.
that got leaked in like 21. He's been hooping since. Jason Terry, dude. You're not that guy. If Brandon Roy and Greg
Baby.
don't get injured, Dame
Nickel
doesn't
says
go to
I need a
Blazers.
Kyrie and Braun reunion before Braun retire. DeJarvin Lewis says this
Cash.
13.
Yes, sir.
Rizgod Mill says Dame didn't go anywhere with the Blazers, bruh.
He went to the second round a couple times. Tipped pass, barely. Moving screen. I should have ran into him when
Miguel
he
the
was
Singer
backpedaling.
says conference finals. Baby.
Who'd they
Nickel
lose
says
to, Warriors?
THT's the Blazers' fault. They just gave him CJ and told him ball up. User says I am saying Dame would have never played for the Blazers if Oden and Roy never got injured. Baby. Nickel says swept by the
Cash.
Warriors and THT.
Sounds about right. I feel like it was either going to be Warriors or Rockets, but yeah, Warriors makes sense. This is a low-scoring game compared to the last.
Baby.
And I'm on
Nickel
triple
says with
double
no
alert.
KD.
Calvin Clutch. Appreciate the follow. Cut. And one. Thank you. Thank you. Could we just keep this lead? All right, we can't make free throws. That's nasty work. He's got Vince Carter's number on. That is crazy.
Baby.
Did he really wear that
Nickel
number?
says Dame in THT series proved there's a clear gap between Steph and him. Baby. Nickel says Steph dogged Dame.
Is the gap in them? I mean, there is a gap in like each other. But is the gap more so on the team?
Miguel the Singer says Vince's number was 15.
Yeah, Ed Davis. I think that's Ed Davis. He's wearing 15 right now. Who is that? Is that Johnson?
User says Jamal Crawford or Lou. Well, who would you rather have?
I'm gonna go with Lou. Little better consistency, as in
Miguel the Singer says
like
that's
field goal
Johnson.
percentage. Oh, good cut. Finish it. There we go. Yeah,
Baby.
I don't know why he's got 15
Nickel
on
says
right
Cade
now.
was hurt and they still got swept and the Blazers lead every game by 15 plus going into the fourth.
That's a good point. Lock up, Bargnani. Good stuff. Triple double alert. I gotta.
User says
Westbrook
Seth
some
Low-Key was
rebounds right
giving
now.
Steph problems. Miguel the Singer says his number was not retired in 2012.
No, I know that,
Timberguck
but
says I wonder what Nene is up to RN.
neither was D Rose's,
Rizgod
and people
Mills
just
says
didn't
shout
wear it.
out to Celtics legend Fab Melo. He is a 51 OVR on the 2K13 Celtics.
Goated. Rebound. How did he get that
Alec
pass
Perez
off?
says rip Fab Mellow Thog. Baby. Nickel says we gotta remember also when Steph dropped 60 plus on Dame Top.
Oh, God.
User says almost got your first triple-double.
I'm getting it. I got 8 minutes. I can do this. I can do this.
User says at Alec Perez 9412 Alec coming through with his once-in-a-while chat.
He's got 13 monitors up, monitoring the stream, bro. He ain't got time to talk. He's still so far ahead in like the stream hours watched. It's
Alec
ridiculous.
Perez says gotta meet quota.
That's why you get
Timbergut
paid the
says
big
wait
bucks,
Smush
man.
Parker rebuild would go hard.
Smush Parker rebuild. Hard in what? In which direction? In the fact that it's him.
Baby. Nickel says why did Dame make top 75 and Dwight didn't?
Great question. Recency bias? I don't know. Big. Let me get the rebound.
Rizgod Mill says shout out to Brandon Bass aka Celtics Draymond Green.
That is a great player comp.
User says check the hours cause I low-key wanna see how long Alec been watching.
Alright, yeah. I got rebound. I got rebound. I don't. Thought he was gonna throw the ball in. Yeah, after this game, I'll check it.
User says Dwight just wasn't taken seriously cause he was always laughing.
You gotta mean mug yourself to a higher position in basketball? That's crazy. Yeah, we got this game.
Rizgod Mill says imagine if Pierce calls game here.
Oh my God, I meant to do a bounce pass. Go up. Oh my God, dude, do something. Great baseline.
Baby. Nickel
Cash.
says is Dame going to the Hall?
Yeah, probably. Remember, he has that Mickey Mouse MVP.
Miguel the singer says at Yezer did you call glass?
Call game. KG for mini, that's automatic. Bro has at least 10 points in that exact spot. Uh-oh. Never mind. Knock it down. That's DeMar. Bargnani shooting it. Cash. Can somebody miss?
Baby. Nickel says Chris Bosh a top 5 PF all time.
That is the worst thing I've heard today. Top 5? Do you know how stacked the power forward position is?
User says pin of shame.
Bro's not even... Oh, wait, let me think
Timbergut
before
says
I talk.
Raptors Bosh was different.
Bro's closer to top 25 than he is to top 10.
Miguel the singer says name your top 5 then.
KG, Dirk, not in order. KG, Dirk, Giannis,
Baby. Nickel says Tim, Dirk,
Malone,
Kilogram,
Tim.
Giannis, Bosh.
Bosh, Kevin, what's his name? Celtics guy. That was a pass to... Okay.
User says at Elmo, yeah bro, whatever you have I want.
Yeah, let me
Miguel
get
the
some Moses
singer
Malone.
says Moses Malone.
Yeah.
Timbergut says Bosh was a dog on the Raptors though.
Yo, rep
Joe F.
call
Wago
that.
says prime DeAndre Jordan or prime Dwight. Miguel the singer
That's
says Rodman.
crazy. Give me prime Dwight. Come on now. I did just watch a tough DeAndre Jordan edit earlier.
Rizgod Mill says 1 Duncan, 2 Malone, 3 Barkley, 4 KG,
Barkley too.
5
How
Dirk.
could I forget?
Timbergut says Kevin MCH Hale.
Kevin McHale. There we go. Kevin McHale's higher than Chris Bosh.
X Jug says Nah 13 soundtrack was da best FR.
Cut. Backdoor. Cut. Cut. Sean, if he move, cut. There we go.
User says Duncan Garnett Dirk
I got like 8
Giannis Malone
turnovers.
Rodman Barkley McHale then maybe Bosh. Rizgod Mill says 16 had goated soundtracks. Timbergut says at Amazing 4. Miguel the singer says no triple double.
It's not over. Do I just dare him to shoot? Oh my god, yeah, no triple double. I went 8 minutes, I couldn't grab a
Joe F.
rebound.
Wago says, tell me why the updated top 75 list has DeAndre Jordan instead of Dwight.
You're lying.
Rizgod Mills says Pierce is buns. What overall is he?
Probably like 80, 82 maybe? I don't remember. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Miguel the singer
gotta
says
miss
that
and grab
Joseph
my own
Parker
rebound.
updated.
That's not how you do it. Okay, it's over.
Baby. Nickel says Bosch was the guy. If it wasn't for the blood clots, he would have more accolades.
Yeah, but
Alec
don't know.
Pires says, this an old Pierce, don't fry my dog lol. Baby.
He wouldn't have
Nickel
nothing
says,
crazy
gotta
enough to
remember
jump him up that
THT.
high.
Rizgod Mills says check Paul Puerce overall in the game.
Yeah, I got you. Player of the game? Player of the game? DeMar probably got it, yeah. I didn't do super hot. B plus, 8 highlight plays though, 132. Like, this is what I'm talking about. My play was significantly worse than last game. And that's only what, a
Timbergut
70?
says Kyle Korver top 5 all time. Baby. Nickel says only
70
thing
skill point
Barkley has
difference?
THT Bosch doesn't is an MVP. Miguel the singer says, and this is Chris Bosch old team but same jerseys.
You say only thing, like that's not one of the biggest things. Personally, I think an MVP is worth probably two rings. But that's just me. I found myself going back to 2K15.
Miguel the singer says dunking hand. Rizgod
on
Mills says
PS3.
check Pierce overall.
Just hate the beginning and the grind. No, the grind is crazy. I don't know what the grind is gonna be like. 82, yeah, I was right. Like skill point wise on like these later 2Ks when they start realizing harder to overall or harder to
Baby.
upgrade your overall.
Nickel says so let me hear
Means more
ya
money.
top 5 SG list.
Easy win for you guys. Did you see that one coming? Of course, circle.
Yeah, man. I thought it was pretty clear the second I stepped out on the court. I make teams win, baby. Always have, always will. When you're born a winner, that kind of thing just happens all the time.
Facts.
At this point in my life,
Rizgod
it's
Mills
like
says how is
clockwork.
Rondo a 90
I
in this
expect to win
game?
no matter what I'm competing in.
Baby.
Tonight was no different.
Nickel says I need
You saw the
THT
result.
top 5 SG list.
You want to disagree with me?
I'm talking
Alec
wild.
Pires says hilarious reply.
I'm talking wild.
Timbergut says MJ Kobe Wade Harden Korver. Miguel the singer says you answered with arrogance.
I did. Good answer though. I need to add Family Feud celebrations to the soundboard. What'd you say? No, Rondo's a
Miguel
90.
the singer says dunking hand.
Rondo is not a 90. Oh, and dunking hand. Rondo
Baby.
is a 90.
Nickel says MJ Kobe Wade Harden I.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. I don't know if I agree with that. Say thanks for the follow. But it is what it is. All right, let's see what we got going on.
Alec Pires
who's
says
leading the
defense,
league?
passing, IQ and handles got Rondo's overall probably.
No, facts. He's averaging a
Rizgod
cool
Mills
9
says
and 11
Rondo
though.
somehow got a 90.
Westbrook's leading the league in scoring right now. Baby Westbrook, only 4 rebounds and 7 assists. Big
Baby.
Dozy, thanks for the
Nickel
follow.
says top 5 PG Magic Steph Zeke Jacob Westbrook. Timbergut says
I like
Chris
that
Paul
list.
disrespect is not tolerated. Miguel the singer says Shai is averaging the same points as Westbrook.
Stoudemire, 26 is still kind of crazy. Kevin Love with the hot double-double and losing every game. People forget Buzzcock Kevin Love was that guy, bro. Oh my God. Kevin Durant, 25 and 8. LeBron.
User says bro forgot Stockton, Nash, and heaps of others.
25, 8 and 6.
Rizgod
low-key
Mill says at
Stockton.
Timber Cole Guck, my bad, I will not disrespect Chris Paul. Alec
Brandon
Perez
Jennings,
says
25.
30 to 20 Kevin Love.
Kevin
Miguel
Martin,
the Singer
23.
says find yourself.
I'm down, bro. I am down. Jeremy Lin, 21 and 4.
Nickel says everybody on THT list better than Nash.
Kobe looks exhausted in this picture. 93 overall, and Jeremy Lin is scoring more than him. That was his team all along. Oh no, he hasn't gone there yet. The crazy thing is Rondo is 6'1" with a 6'9"
Nickel
wingspan.
says Mike D'Antoni Merchant.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Miguel
This
the
wingspan
Singer
was
says you are
crazy.
42nd.
42nd? How do you know? No, I'm not. That's probably not too far off though. Whoa.
Rizgod Mill says shout out to 87 overall. Iguodala.
73? Oh nah. Nicholas Batum is above me? Oh man, Edson, what's up, man? How you doing? JaVale McGee. I'm dropping JaVale McGee, Paul Millsap numbers, bro. But I'm doing better than Bradley Beal. No trade clause. Okay. 14 and 9, I'm that low.
Timberguck says Wash Jason Richardson is ahead of you.
Yeah, but I'm 7th in assists, so that's cool. And in steal, a lot of people are averaging 2 steals.
Rizgod
I'm
Mill
pretty far
says shout
down.
out 90 overall Darren Williams.
Points? No, too low. Assists, 7th still.
Pele Brazil
Turnovers.
says NGL bout to make me turn on my Xbox 360.
Get on, bro. Get on. Send the invite when
Baby.
you do.
Nickel says Darren Williams was THT guy.
What am I leading in? If I'm not leading in turnovers, I'm not leading in nothing. Where am I, though? 11, 29 turnovers. I could catch up. I could definitely catch up. Shout out Goran Dragic, though. Probably one of the coldest nicknames.
Miguel the Singer says that's season totals. Alec
Yeah,
Perez says
I know.
Darren Williams and Devin Harris were solid in this 2K.
I can catch up next game. All right, transactions. Let's see what's been moving. Nobody so far. These signings are
Baby. Nickel says remember when D-Will and
Regulation.
CP3 was a convo.
D Will and CP3
Rizgod Mill says shout out to 80 overall Stephen Curry.
convo as a team or like convo as best players. 'Cause
Pele
if
Brazil
that's what you
says
mean,
those
then
look
yeah.
like resignings. Random. Real says fuck you.
There we go,
Timberguck says you
LeBron.
gotta do a fight night stream.
Fight
Miguel the Singer
night.
says rumor mill. Baby.
Rumor mill. Let's see what's
Nickel
going on.
says convo as best PG in the league.
Delonte West traded to the trade off of the Mavs. I got bad news for you, Delonte. That trade doesn't go through. Jan Vesley, I don't know who that is. Mr. Paint, thanks for the follow. Taj Gibson. Oh, I was about to say you're not happy. Millsap contract expiring. Will he resign? Doesn't think Jazz can contend. Money talks.
Baby. Nickel says remember when Blake Griffin didn't duck for 2 years. User Popspills says what happened in 2K12.
Hey Nick.
Baby. Nickel says dunk.
It was
Random.
rough, bro.
Real says bro acted surprised to fight night like we don't want to see fight night.
Somebody does. That's all that matters. We'll see. We're gonna I mean we have a long series to go, but
Random. Real says we want fight night though.
do we want fight night or do we not want
Rizgod
fight night?
Mill says Josh Smith was an 87 overall in this game.
Jefferson hits 5,000
Timberduck says Teal.
rebounds. They got something going on.
Baby.
Now the
Nickel says
dunking
2K
thing.
legend Brandon Jennings.
Where do you go to dunk with both hands? Is that a player thing? Oh, Ginobili. That's who I changed my jump shot to. Layup package. I want to switch it, but I did pretty
Pele
good
Brazil
today.
says animations for that. Alec Perez says I think that's a dunk package. Random. Real says Brandon Jennings soft. Patrick Beverly. Rizgod Mill says Anthony Davis is the best jump shot.
Is it? Ginobili's not bad. It really doesn't matter right now because I
Baby.
can't.
Nickel says 2K need to go back to this instead of you having a certain requirement.
I can't shoot yet.
Random.
Go to dunk
Real
package. Did
says
I buy one?
Hardens.
I didn't buy one. I also don't remember what this was on by default. Let's just do basic one-hander. Nah. Yeah, I think it was on there. I don't see it.
Rizgod Mill says I really like Anthony Davis jump shot.
Where's
Miguel the singer
option?
says you passed it.
I did.
Baby.
What screen?
Nickel says Ray Allen or Reggie Miller.
What screen is it on?
Miguel the singer says it's in Vitals.
Dominant hand. I can't change. The other stuff is just play
By the way,
type.
Kyle says, what are you looking for?
Apparently there's a setting that lets you change or lets you dunk with both hands if you want. Like either or. I don't see an option.
Pele Brazil says you dunk with both by random.
Oh, so it's just already like that. Okay, I think I'm good then. That's fine. But we do have enough skill. Ooh. Who do we want to go with?
Baby. Nickel says Ray Allen or Reggie Miller.
Oh no, I can't afford that one
Pele
yet. Ray
Brazil
Allen,
says
man.
yeah, it's RNG, not like new 2 kiloseconds.
Okay.
By the way, Kyle says you had to do that before the showcase, and I think it already like that. Alec Perez says Bird.
So we'll go with the Bird
Timbergut
upgrade.
says Reggie all day. Rizgod Mill says what do training camps do?
You said it's a left hand. It's locked to left. Yeah, I see that now. So basically the training camps is like a quick way to just upgrade whatever attributes they're associated with. So if I go with Larry Bird, I should be able to get attribute boost that boosts my
Nickel
jump
says
shots.
over Jesus Shuttlesworth.
So let's go with it. My jump shots are terrible right
Pele
now.
Brazil says they give you a tribute boost like +3 to shooting. By the way, Kyle says training camps are only a boost, just upgrade normal.
Oh, do I actually have to be able to shoot to do this? Cause that contested shot, I'm not gonna be able to hit.
Nickel says yup.
Oh man, I just threw that VC away, bro. Oh man. Get this
Timbergut
old
says
man out of
Reggie Miller
Jersey.
disrespect is less tolerated than Chris Paul disrespect.
Oh, is this a lesson? Oh. Can I get closer?
Baby. Nickel says wait, I
There
think
we go.
THT's only one drill THT, they can test one.
What am I doing? Fadeaways?
Plum says I missed it, but how did Boston go?
We won by like 10 maybe. Okay, this is easy. I thought I was gonna have to play against somebody. Press circle twice to set up spin. Press and hold square, begin shot. Easy. Hey, that's how you do that. Okay. Step back jumper. What you got for me, Mr. Bird? Start driving. Circle away from the basket. Okay. I really appreciate Modern 2K
By the way,
for
Kyle
making this
says
so
I
much
remember
easier.
doing this and they were the hardest things.
I wonder if I could do that.
Miguel the singer says you'll be reminded of the controls with this too.
Yeah.
Baby. Nickel says Demink Wilkins versus Dr. J, who wins? Pele Brazil
I'm gonna go
says
with
these
Dominique.
controls so much better emo.
Can I just use the right stick?
Rizgod Mill says why Larry hair looks like that.
Oh, I gotta do it. Oh, I can't do that like that.
Baby. Nickel says Bernard King
All right.
versus Demink.
I think Bernard was taller. That might give him an advantage. What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? Press circle, move opposite
Rizgod Mill
momentum.
says Dominique all the way.
What?
Timbergut
circle.
says spin move dunks are up in this era of 2K.
Start lateral to basket.
Pele
Press
Brazil
circle.
says King better 1 version 1 game.
Ooh, that was wrong? That move was tough. Bro, I'm doing it right. Bro, I'm about to be in legend training purgatory if I can't get this. Start driving lateral to the basket. That's to the left.
Pele Brazil says
Press
2K9 spin dunks.
Press circle, move opposite to momentum. That's to the right. Oh, okay. Okay, I did it. I knew it. We did it! All right, what do we get? That's a lot of stuff. +3 to shot, +3 to free throw,
Rizgod
+2
Mill
to
says
midi,
honestly, just play regular season games.
+2 to consistency. Okay.
Baby. Nickel says Mike Bibby versus Jason Williams.
Old Mike Bibby or buff Mike Bibby? That wasn't bad. I wonder if that's like, if I should be doing that now.
Baby. Nickel says King's Mike Bibby.
I was on autopilot. I didn't even mean to start this. Probably Kings.
Miguel
Mike
the Singer
Bibby,
says at Elmo White Chocolate.
if that's a 1v1. All right, guess we focusing on shots all the way. Cash, come on.
Rizgod Mill says Jason Williams is a better team player, but Bibby better 1 version 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. This shot is like so long. Changed my release type to early. And my player's exhausted. Come on. Yo, who am I playing
Rizgod
against?
Mill
DeRozan,
says why you a lefty
chill.
though?
Because I'm a lefty in real life. There we go. He just hit the top of the backboard.
Baby. Nickel says T-Mac versus PG-13-1 version 1.
I missed? Airball. Yo, DeMar, keep shooting threes, please.
Pele Brazil says T-Mac all day.
Yeah, give me T-Mac. PG would probably be better at defending than T-Mac would be, though. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Was that one of the... Remember those videos Bleacher Report made of, like, modern players going against the old guys? Like, they animated it
Rizgod
and
Mill
everything?
says T-Mac way better than PG-13.
Oh my god, I'm not even close to gold. Bro. What did I get? Was that bronze or silver? That's silver.
Miguel the
Alright.
Singer says what's this song?
I have no idea,
Baby.
but I'm about to skip it.
Nickel says 03 TMAC vs 13 Cade. Timberguk says Smush Parker versus Brian Scalabrine. Who you got?
Give me Brian, man. Give me Brian. Who do we play next? Also, appreciate the
Pele Brazil
7,000
says
likes.
depends on ball first, but
You guys are
T-Mac
running
is still
it
solid
up.
and is a better shooter and more athletic.
We played the
Miguel the
Magic.
Singer says Orlando.
The Magic. Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic.
Pele Brazil says Aaron Aflau.
Jameer Nelson still there? Krishan TV, thanks
Rizgod
for the
Mill
follow.
says do the Magic still have Dwight?
No, he's on the Lakers now. That's the two teams I really want to play is the Heat. I got to get my lick back with LeBron, and the Lakers because I got to get my lick back with Dwight. But
Miguel
Jameer's
the
still
Singer
there.
says your old team.
My man Turk is still there. That's the only one I'm happy to see. A follow's new. Okay.
Timberguk says Big Baby finna drop 50.
You know,
Baby.
he actually
Nickel
might.
says Brandon Roy versus Dame 1 version 1. Rizgod Mill says Dwight so Seuss.
Dame
Pele
got it.
Brazil says ALR Brobron is not letting that slide.
Why are they just diving on the floor? Is this
Baby.
the hustle highlight
Nickel
reel?
says I am taking B Roy.
Al Harrington, that's new too. Oh, this year Dwight went to LA, but she turned out so much better than he did. Yeah, he could have, but rushing back from injuries, man.
Pele Brazil says it was supposed to be CP3 instead of Howard. Baby. Nickel says Chris Webber versus Rasheed Wallace 1 version 1.
David Stern wasn't having any of that. And we're losing.
Baby. Nickel says David Stern is the reason.
Man, free David Stern. Is that Vooch? That was a bad shot.
Baby. Nickel says but his
Hey!
reason was kinda justified.
Yeah. The whole point was because like every GM was like, nah, bro,
Pele
we not
Brazil
doing
says
this.
OMG I forgot VUC is like a 60 OVR.
Yeah, he's low. But so is our centers. Our centers are garbage.
Rizgod Mill says shout out Big Baby Davis. Baby.
It was the screen.
Nickel says cuz he did own the Hornets and they were a fairly new team.
Yeah. Ah, I thought the center was down in the paint with me. All right, I'm tripping. Let's get it together. Oh, give me that. DeMar, let me see something. Let me see
Pele
something.
Brazil says y'all got Andrea and Val if I remember those Raptors, right? Alec Perez says Celtics and Cell Block 3 legend Big Baby Davis.
I got sent into orbit, bro. That's the biggest
Baby.
exaggeration.
Nickel says that they was getting back Lamar Odom, I think like you giving up a prime CP3.
I got a slight little vertical, man. Slight. Oh man, I thought I got another one.
Rizgod Mill says IDK, why but Aaron Aflalo always gave me problems in 2K16.
And 16. Shoot that. That's money. That's not money. Let me show you all what our bigs look like. Bargnani 76. Solid.
Timberguk says
Solid.
Lowry wearing 3 is trippy.
Who else we got? Our next center is 69.
Baby. Nickel says 2K16 legend Emmanuel Mudiay.
Valanciunas is a 60.
Pele
and then Ed
Brazil
Davis
says you
is
can do the
68.
Euro step jumper. Miguel the Singer says upgrade your rebounding and vertical to get triple doubles. Baby.
You think so? That
Nickel
might
says
be it.
Baragnai a cheat code.
For who? For who? He is not that guy, I'm telling you.
Rizgod Mill says 2K16 legend Dante Exum. Baby. Nickel says just gotta use him right.
I guess so. I must not be using them right. Come on.
Pele Brazil says what y'all know about Cleanthony early?
Not a thing. Cut. Cut. Go up, DeMar. I know you're shooting it. There we go. Cash out.
Baby. Nickel says respectfully who?
Is that your cousin? YMCA legend?
Miguel the Singer says you can tell your GM to trade a teammate.
I don't think I'm there yet.
Pele Brazil says Knicks legend.
Oh my god, you
Baby.
suck.
Nickel says gotta be a family member or some.
Right.
Timberguk says LiAngelo Ball 2031 NBA Finals MVP, remember this.
That is crazy.
Rizgod Mill says what y'all know about Quincy AC.
Quincy crash out? That's a name I do know.
Baby. Nickel says Quincy ACYI no ab.
Big boards. Pump fake. Pump fake again. Easy bucket. Come on now. I gotta play center around here. When Anthony early, he played for the Knicks, but he wasn't good. Hey, Justin Freeman knows ball. I could not tell you that.
Rizgad Mill says Quincy AC was literally the James Johnson of the NBA.
At all times, the NBA needs 3 James Johnsons.
Baby. Nickel says Andre Blatch had a bag.
Gilbert Arena said he sucked. Losing to bums. Every first
Miguel the
quarter
Singer
ever.
says Gustavo Ian. Rizgad Mill says dude Andre Blatch was always a 76 in free agency.
Oh my god. Wait, hit me. No,
Baby.
wait.
Nickel says I heard a story about James Johnson punching on somebody he was on the Heat.
Did he? I haven't heard about that one. I believe it though.
Pele Brazil says Andrew Nicholson rookie year by the way.
Difference between them and James Johnson is he's a black belt. Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah, that doesn't
Nickel says
help.
yay they was in practice and James Johnson told him I got you after practice. Rizgad Mill says shout out Kent Bazemore.
6'8", buff and knows karate. That's nasty, bro. You gonna have to just shoot him. Get the rebound. Get
Timber
the
Duck
rebound.
says what do y'all know about Ha Sung Jin I know ball?
Almost said something.
Rizgad
pocket.
Mill says what y'all know about Yin Jin Lien.
No,
Pele
Yin
Brazil
Lin.
says
I
Ben
know.
McLemore 2014 dunk contest. Baby. Nickel says Luis Scola.
Somebody keep going. Jogging up the court, Davis. That's why you're overall low. Shout out Luis Scola. Are we just naming random NBA players? We haven't done one of those in a while.
Baby. Nickel says Suns legend Raja Bell.
His whole
Rizgad Mill
family's
says
black
don't
belt?
forget about one season wonder Michael
That's
Carter
crazy.
Williams. Process
Boston
says what
Sports
difficulty
Cards.
is this
Merry
on?
Christmas. Hey, you're
Pele
a little
Brazil
bit late,
says
bro.
Rip Fab Mello 56 OVR on 2K13.
Yo, Fab Melo's getting
Baby.
a lot of love today.
Nickel says Suns legend Tyler Eulis.
Mm.
Miguel the Singer says Glenn Robinson III. Madison SWX says shout out World B. Free.
Still a crazy name. Probably one of the craziest names. Up there with Meta.
Process says is this on Hall of Fame?
Absolutely
Baby.
not.
Nickel says shout out Eddie House.
It's on pro for at least until I'm a 70, and then we got to bump it up to All-Star.
Pele Brazil says Walt Hazard on the 64-65 Lakers.
This is what I'm talking about. I'm not using them right. That's the problem? Bro getting ripped by a point guard. This team is so trash. They're lucky they got me. Corner is wide open, by the way. Let's go.
Baby. Nickel says run THT pick and pop with Bard. Pele Brazil says this game had whack animations sometimes. Process
Can you
says
hit me?
baby Davis oh shit. Rizgad
Oh
Mill
my
says what
God.
y'all know about Sim Bular.
King's Legend. Which isn't too hard to do. D+. Alright, I'm tired of y'all.
Miguel
Let
the
me
Singer
get in my
says
bag.
Kurt Thomas.
Let me get in my bag. Thank you. Watch out.
Pele Brazil says bro you was wide open Abed they said excessive pass.
The life of a bench player, man. I can't do nothing out here.
Timberduck
Surprised
says
they let me
Woody
ask for a
Salisbury,
screen.
1959 All-Star.
All right, now I know you're Googling stuff. Big boys, watch out, low man. Who wants it?
Rizgod Mills says shout out to Steve Novak.
$19 Fortnite card.
Baby.
Who wants it?
Nickel says Hornets legend Michael Kidd Gilchrist. Pele Brazil says Slick Watts. Process says it's crazy how much 2K downgraded.
Taco Fall. Shout out Taco Fall. Oh, there's another video I watched
Madison
the other day.
SWX says shout out Jose Calderon.
Comparing 2K14's graphics to 2K25's. And it's like so disappointing, really. It's so disappointing. All this power we
Process
got
says Pablo Prigioni.
with
Miguel
PlayStation
the Singer
5s
says
and
Billy Cunningham.
Xboxes and PCs. And we got stiff jerseys and dull looking courts, bro. That's one reason I can't wait to play
Timberduck
14.
says shout
just so
out
I can
Zoran
experience
Dragic.
how good it actually was on next gen.
Rizgod Mills says shout out to Ricky Pierce. Baby. Nickel says shout out Heat legend Joel Anthony.
Cut, he didn't cut. Oh, he caught the ball though, and he shot it. Cash, there we go.
Pele Brazil says they put a lot into 2K14. They went to the IRL stadiums to Caputra footage.
Yeah,
Rizgod
I just
Mills
learned
says
about
shout
that,
out
too.
Bucks legend Lucius Allen.
that's crazy how much effort they put in, bro. And guess what they had at that time? Competition.
Process says they don't try anymore.
I think that was at the point where they like definitively beat out Live, and then it was just like downhill from there. But it's real. The problem is, it's just little stuff, bro. That's
Rizgod
all it
Mills
takes to
says
make
shout
us
out to
happy.
NBA champion Judd Buechler.
That is crazy. You're just, how do you
Timbergut
know
says
these
Pacers
names?
legend Kawhi Leonard. Process says NBA Live made them work hard. Miguel the Singer says Joel Prisbilla. Pele
That's why
Brazil
we need
says they had
something.
0 comp since Live 09. Baby. Nickel says NBA Live was the comp man. PLS NBA Live make it comp so we can get a better game.
Cash, there we go. Yeah, they said they were making a comeback, but that's probably not true. But if they do,
Miguel the Singer says ChiTownLo, your turn.
and they make a solid
Rizgod
a solid
Mills says
college
shout
game,
out to Michael
I'm
Redd.
cool with that. It is
Dude
my
was
turn.
green on the court for real.
Ooh, Kirk Heinrich. Ooh. I look to use like the same like 10 players when I'm naming random players.
Baby. Nickel says we should all go to Live and not play 2K. I bet they make a better game.
People have been trying.
Miguel the Singer says name the most random player you can.
Oh, there it is.
Pele Brazil
Oh
says
my
2K14 was the jump to next gen. Since 2K6 it was a decade and they barely added much on 2K13 to work. Antman FS says UNCIM back.
Where's Unk at? I'm not Unk.
Alec Perez says Leandro Barbosa.
Ooh.
Rizgod Mill says y'all remember Nikola Mirotic?
I know, Bobby. Portis remembers him. Bro got punched so hard he left the country.
Baby.
That's crazy.
Nickel says facts. Miguel the Singer says Goat Nas. Timbergut says Knicks legend Don Ackerman. Pele Brazil says I do
Good
he left
putback.
DC of Portis. Antman FS says bro did you ban UNC for a while?
I didn't ban
Rizgod
it.
Mills
Somebody
says
did.
Kings legend Willie Cauley Stein. Baby.
Man, shout out
Nickel says
Langston
Cavs
Galloway.
legend Marquis Chris. Antman FS says at Yazur Bulls legend. Nolan Frumda says
Let's go.
IDK why
Let's
but
go.
it's easier to
Let's
play
go.
with a lefty
Let's
player
go.
than a right. Pele Brazil says Richie Durain dropped 40 during Wilt's 100-point game BTW.
That's the most
Rizgod Mills
overlooked
says Nikola
40-point
Mirotic couldn't
game
miss.
in NBA history.
Miguel the Singer says Yusuf Nurkic had the worst
Nikola
injury to watch.
Pekovic. Shout out Pekovic.
Baby. Nickel says Heat legend Luke Babbitt.
Who's that one guy who
Timbergut
died
says
after he got
Bulls
drafted to
legend
the
Chuck
Celtics?
Antman
Shout out him.
FS says shout out to Kirk Heinrich. Nolan Frumda says tell me not playing with a lefty is easier than a right.
Is it? That's all I've ever made was lefties. I don't think it's much different though. Give me that block. Come on, bro. Come on now. Coast to coast. Nobody seeing this ball. Y'all better foul me. Y'all better foul me.
Alec
Hop
Pires
step.
says, or I am thinking of someone else.
Come on.
Weldasuki says, damn Orlando. Baby. Nickel says,
Len
Bulls legend
Bias.
artist
There we
Gilmore.
go. Shout out Len Bias. What's he up to these days? Oh man, imagine how cold the Celtics would have been if they would have got him. That's 2 threes in a row, y'all. This is Turk. You're too little. You're too little. Yeah.
Alec Pires says at a Michael Jackson concert. Timberguck says, oh, you're joking. Baby. Nickel says Spurs legend Bruce Bowen.
Did that not just go in?
Pele Brazil says prime artist Gilmore got dropped off by an old wilt in 1972. Rizgad Mill says shout out to Spurs legend Boris Dio. Baby. Nickel says Bulls legend Bob Love.
Yo.
Weldasuki says Heat Norris Cole.
Refs, wake up.
Alec Pires says I am confused.
Me
Baby.
too.
Nickel says Spurs legend Matt Bonner. Miguel the Singer says see the whole play again.
The
Pele
whole
Brazil
play?
says old rebound through the rim just to sprint down court. JYD. N says this crazy. Rizgad Mill says shout out to Lakers son you.
First miss, tip in, bucket. I
Timbergut
snatched
says
it out the bucket.
1980s leading scorer Alex English.
Did they count me for that? I mean, obviously it doesn't look like they did. No, that's the beginning of the game. Okay, they didn't count it. They didn't count it. That's just weird.
Rizgad Mill says shout out Dan Issel.
Jeremy Lamb.
Baby.
Shout out Jeremy
Nickel
Lamb.
says Nuggets legend Ty Lawson. Pele Brazil says I got the deepest random player bag on everyone's soul.
Bro, you're cheating, bro. You're cheating. You're cheating.
Pele Brazil says Darnell Arthur.
You don't know these players, Edson. There's no way.
Rizgad Mill says shout out to Tabo Cephalosha.
Shout out Nick Collison
Weldasuki
for
says
real.
why number 27? Or just random?
Ooh, that's my anniversary
Baby.
date added
Nickel
up together.
says Cavs legend Eric Snow. Rizgad Mill says shout out to Kyle
Yo,
Singler.
I'm grabbing boards. Man, shout out Andre Ingram. Don't show that.
Weldasuki says my birthday is February 7th.
Okay, mine's February 1st.
Timberguck says
Let's
shout
go.
out Kelly Olynyk.
Big February gang.
Rizgad Mill says y'all remember Pacers legend Chase Budinger?
Mm.
Pele Brazil says I played 2K13 religiously. It was my first 2K and I got mad created players. Weldasuki says February gang.
Yes, sir.
Baby. Nickel says shout out Ennis Conter. Miguel
what
the
did he
Singer
say?
says May gang.
He said
Baby.
no idea where that
Nickel
came from.
says Pacers legend CJ Miles.
Come on,
Rizgad Mill
coach.
says shout out to Raheem Christmas.
I've never heard that name before. Rick Mahorn. Shout out Rick. Shout out
Byron
Rick Barry.
Prevo says mine is the third. Alec Pires says he got mad at the TOs.
Another February.
Miguel
February
the Singer
1.
says Syracuse. Baby. Nickel says shout out Roy Hibbert. Baby. Nickel says shout out Chris Mullen.
How what are we doing? 14, 7 for 11. That's not bad.
Pele Brazil says at Yezer you googled him bro that's a 2K16 Sixers goat. Timberguck says shout out Nene. Rizgad Mill says shout out to White Sox legend Michael
out
Jordan.
David Stockton.
Baby. Nickel says
I haven't
shout
heard
out
that one
Nerlens
either.
Noel. Miguel the Singer says you should have been player of the half.
Hey, the way Nerlens Noel was playing in the 2K showcase, I thought he was going to be the GOAT.
Weldasuki says y'all don't know about Pargo. Bobcats point guard 2012. Alec Pires says shout out Corey Maggette.
Shout out Steven Jackson. You're too little. You're too little, bro. Watch out.
Pele Brazil says Desanya Diop. Timberguck says shout out Birmingham Barons legend Michael Jordan. Baby. Nickel says shout out Jalen Rose.
Shout out
Rizgad
KJ
Mill says
McDaniels.
shout out to Terrence Ferguson.
Shout out KJ Martin Jr. Oh! I hopped way too far from the basket.
Weldasuki says shout out Kobe Bean Bryant. Rest in peace Mamba. Miguel the Singer says these are Charles Barkley shoutouts at this point.
What does that mean?
Pele Brazil says I am saying.
Ruben
Baby.
Patterson.
Nickel says shout out Nick Collison. Rizgad Mill says
Oh,
shout
yeah.
out to Shanghai Sharks
yeah.
legend Benjamin Simmons.
Oh yeah.
Miguel
Shout
the
out
Singer
Stephon
says inside
Marbury.
the NBA. Pele Brazil says they talking about all stars.
Oh, we're getting too popular. You're gonna
Timberduck
have to
says
dial
shout
it
out
back.
Hornets legend LiAngelo Ball.
Pistons legends too, right? Sam, thanks for the follow.
Alex
Isaiah,
Gires
thanks for the
says shout
follow.
out Eddie Curry.
I'm there. No and one. That's a good foul. Kevin Johnson.
Rizgad Mill says shout out Brian Winters. Sambaza says shout out Marshawn Brooks.
Too much. Too much. Too
Weldasuki
much.
says do you believe any WNBA player would beat the worst NBA player?
No. It's just
Pele
physically
Brazil
impossible.
says tell me some like Greg Kite. Baby. Nickel says shout out Bucks legend Larry Sanders. Rizgad Mill says shout out David Wesley. Timberguck says Warriors legend Michael Thompson.
He's illegal screen, ref. 1 point game. I was gonna say Michael Thompson. You beat me to it.
Baby. Nickel says
Oh.
shout out Pistons legend Darvin Ham.
Oh my God.
Rizgad Mill says shout out to Kurt Rambis.
Shout out Danny Ainge. That's a steal. We're going.
Skylar Dix says shout out DJ Augustin. Miguel the Singer says shout out LeBron's absent father.
Crazy.
Baby. Nickel says man shout out Glenn Rivers.
Call that man by his government. There we go.
Skylar Dix says shout out 3-1 leads.
Always a good guy. Doesn't show up often, but when he does,
Baby.
you know what's going
Nickel
down.
says shout out Kevin Johnson. Pele Brazil says shout out to Kyle Macy. Timberguck says Lakers legend Tyrone Lue.
cross, hop. You're too little. Oh, okay, he got the board on that one. I should have waited till my feet
Miguel
landed.
the Singer says shout out Del Curry. Rizgad Mill says shout out to Charles Oakley. Skylar Dix says what y'all think Kevin Seraphin doing RN.
Tax fraud. Knock it down, Johnson. Oh,
Baby. Nickel
Okay.
says shout out Tom Chambers.
Okay.
Pele Brazil says I am on 1% talking RN bruh. Weldasuki
shout out
says
Bill
I truly
Cartwright.
believe Candace Parker would cook Rudy Gobert. Rizgad Mill says what do y'all know about Luke Babbitt? Skylar Dix
is
says
it-
Amir Johnson nice W it.
Candace Parker, like 6'3", 6'4".
Miguel the Singer says Steph is actually Steph Curry's middle name. Timberguck says shout out Falcons legend Ron Mexico.
Wow.
Nickel says shout out Dan Majory. Pele Brazil says shout out Jan Vesley.
3 names in a row. I have no idea who they are.
Rizgad Mill says what y'all know about Leandro Barbosa. Weldasuki says yeah 64.
Ooh. You shot that? Oh, good shot, I guess. 5-point game. Yeah, 6'4". Bro, Rudy's knocking that up. I'm sorry. She's not
Nolan
fast
Frumba
enough.
says Dros Fav player.
Or strong
Alec
enough.
Perez says shout out Percy Miller. Miguel the Singer says Dan Marjorie played on the Suns with Barkley.
The block. Get the
Skylar
rebound.
Dix says I do think a guy like Rudy or Ben Wallace could get beat by a WNBA player by shooting threes.
Yeah, but they're faster than, they're slow at like NBA standards, but they're fast for who they'll be going up against. Unless they're going to get
Nolan
like
Frumda says is
a quick
Dros her
point guard.
Fav player.
No,
Pele Brazil says speaking of NFL bro Ema need to revive Lions Goat Night
D-Wade
train
is.
to help us I am weak AF. Rizgod Mill says shout out to Steve Blake Lakers legend. Miguel the Singer says Wade.
yes sir.
Tomahawk says shout out Spud Webb.
Shout out Mitchell Robinson. When is he gonna come back? Anthony Parker. Shout out Anthony Parker.
Rizgod Mill says shout out to Tree Rollins.
I didn't know who he was until we streamed 2K11.
Skylar Dix says
JJ.
Landry Fields is the GOAT GM. Baby. Nickel says shout out Ryan Hollins.
Al Harrington for 3.
Alec Perez says shout out Corey Brewer. Miguel the Singer says Wade farewell tour or Kobe farewell tour. Weldasuki
Kobe
says
has the
beardless
best
summer
one
game
ever.
James Harden. Rizgod Mill says shout out to Lakers head coach JJ
Does
Redick.
anyone have a better farewell
Skylar
tour
Dix
than
says
Kobe?
JJ is still selling SMH.
Bro, he thinks he's a 6'6" pure slasher.
Baby. Nickel says shout out Mark Price.
Cleveland legend.
Weldasuki says Kobe is the greatest of all time.
How did that pass get through? If I made that pass, it's a turnover.
Rizgod Mill says shout out to Tariq Black Lakers legend.
Go up.
Pele Brazil says Hot Rod Williams.
He shot that?
Skylar Dix says
Big
I've
major,
never
let's
seen a
go.
player single-handedly ruin a team's season like JJ in 2K12. Baby. Nickel says shout out Jordan
Oh
Hill.
my God, JJ weighs 110 pounds. Ronnie Brewer, shout out Ronnie. On who? Oh my
Rizgod
God, bro.
Mill says shout out to Bulls champion Robert Parrish. Miguel the Singer says Lightning McQueen farewell tour.
Don't start up with Lightning McQueen, man. Mello might come up in here with the Lightning McQueen facts.
Skylar
Cross,
Dix says shout
spin,
Chris Smooth.
hop step, pump fake, dish off, dunk. Close enough.
Miguel the Singer says Kachow.
Screen, switch, switch. There we go. Switch back. Switch one more time.
Timberduck
JJ
says
wide open
Cavs
for
legend
3.
John Trice.
See, he's a pure
Pele Brazil
slasher.
says where's Winford Bradford Rutherford's farewell tour? Rizgod Mill says
Is that a
shout out
real
Nikhil
person?
Alexander Walker. Skylar Dix says McQueen had an awful farewell tour LMAO. Dude got injured and didn't even finish his last race.
Man, shout out Alfred Payton. That's a shame. You too little. Watch out. Watch out. I'm literally going to abuse that until they get a taller person
Rizgod
on me.
Mill says shout out to Jake Lehman. Weldasuki says Mello should have had a better farewell. Baby.
Nah.
Nickel says shout out Dennis Smith Jr. Skylar Dix says Alfred Payton has a 20-assist game in 2024 BTW.
And now he's in the G League, which is the only reason I thought of his name. I watched him play
Rizgod
yesterday.
Mill says shout out to Yuta Watanabe.
I forced my girl to watch a G League
Timberduck says
basketball
what y'all
game.
know about John Trice. AJJU says shout out to my dyslexia cat.
Cat with dyslexia. Wonder what that looks like. A follow step back 3? That's off.
Rizgod
Offensive
Mill
rebound.
says what do y'all know about Royce O'Neal? Skylar Dix says isn't John Trice the guy in the
Here we
2K14
go.
LeBron mode? Pele Brazil says Lonnie Walker the 4th haircut or Alfred Payton haircut? Timbergug says at Skylar Dixon yes.
Give me the Lonnie. Nah. Yeah, give me the Lonnie Walker. Give me the Lonnie Walker. I don't like Alfred Payton's too much. It's too
Skylar
forward.
Dix says the Lonnie Walker haircut is tough.
Yeah.
Baby. Nickel says Jazz legend Al Jefferson. Rizgod Mills says what y'all know about Stanley Johnson. Miguel the Singer says Winford Bradford Rutherford is another car in the car movie.
Bro, how do y'all just know these names? Y'all gonna make me watch Cars again. Man, shout out Toe Mater though. Did y'all ever watch those Disney
Baby.
shorts?
Nickel says Heat legend
Cars.
Justice Winslow.
Justice Winslow. He's in the G
Baby.
League too.
Nickel says Suns legend Josh Jackson.
He is in the G League. And that's a
Rizgod
shame.
Mills says shout out to LeBron James and Mickey Mouse collab.
Oh, this is another 6'6"
Pele
Winslow.
Brazil says Winford Bradford Rutherford is in Cars 1 BTW.
He's in
McQueen
Cars
passes
1.
him in the opening sequence. Skylar Dix says Justice Winslow would have dominated in 2004.
Doubt.
Timberguck says shout out Francesco Bernoulli.
Got to
Rizgod
shoot?
Mills says shout out to Hassan Whiteside. Weldasuki says Clifford the Big Red Dog PBS Kids legend.
Facts. Are we just gonna start naming random stuff?
Alec Perez says I thought Hassan Whiteside would be a superstar.
Hey, shout out Frog from Word World. What y'all know about that? Shout out the fat black dude from Kim Possible. What's his name? If y'all want to go random, I tell you, y'all not gonna beat me in a go random.
Skylar Dix says 2K17 had people thinking Hassan Whiteside was the future.
Okay, I'm stretching it. I'm not
Timbergut
like that.
says shout out to Sabrina Carpenter. Baby. Nickel says man shout out yo Gabba Gabba.
That's a good
Jared
one.
Thomas says my favorite 2K. Pele Brazil says Duck from Word World.
Duck was all right. I didn't like the way he talked. He's a little too dumb for me.
Weldasuki says shout out to Power Rangers Wild Force, the best of the best. Rizgod
Okay.
Mills says shout out to Kyle Anderson.
Hey, shout out King Kai.
Pele
He should have been
Brazil says
revived a
shout
long
out
time
Wonder
ago.
Pets.
R.I.P. King
Skylar
Kai.
Dix says shout out Will Howard. Baby. Nickel says shout out to Super Y. Miguel the Singer says Cars and Toy Story are connected. Jared
whole thing
Thomas
is
says
connected.
this 2K smacks. Timbergut says shout out Mr.
Yes,
Rogers.
it does. Jared, where you been at? What's up,
AJJU
man?
says shout out Michael Jordan. Rizgod Mills says shout out to Joel Anthony. Pele
Shout out
Brazil
Klay Thompson
says
and
Team
Space Jam
Umizoomi.
too.
Alec Perez says get your 30 piece.
Oh, I'm getting it. I got bums guarding me. Yeah!
Baby.
Come on
Nickel
now.
says shout out Max and Ruby.
Come on now.
Jared
Y'all can't
Thomas
shout
says
out
what
TV
position for
shows.
2K.
We gotta shout out a random
Timbergut
person
says
from
shout
that
out
TV
Marcus
show.
Jordan. Weldasuki says shout out to Goosebumps
111
on Fox.
crowd? Okay.
AJJU says Yam.
30
Pele
piece. My
Brazil
first 30
says
piece.
HEEYYY. Rizgod Mills says shout out to Alfonso McKinney.
Point guard.
Jared Thomas says what position for 2K. Weldasuki says shout out to Alf. Alec Perez says shout out Anthony Morrow. Weldasuki says shout out to Keenan and Kel and Orange Soda. Baby. Nickel says shout out Mandy from Handy Mandy. Rizgod Mills says Alfonso McKinney 2019 Warriors
It's
player.
Manny, not Mandy.
Skylar Dix says shout out LeBron on that one episode of Monday Night Raw.
Hey, shout out that roller from
Tomahawk
Bob
says shout out
the
Lloyd
Builder.
from Lego Ninjago. Jared Thomas says did Lowry get benched?
Hey, shout out Percy from
Rizgod Mills
Thomas and
says
Friends.
shout out to Eric Pascal from the 2020 Warriors. Alec Perez says shout out Irwin from
Little
Billy and Mandy.
Einstein.
Timberguck says shout out Bertram from Jesse.
No, that's a
Skylar
real
Dix says
shout
Andrea
out.
Bargani, former number
Love
one
me
pick.
some Bertram.
Jared Thomas says
Hey,
Raptors
I'm
have 2
cooking
point
this
guards.
man. I gotta go see Larry Bird
Rizgod
some
Mills
more.
says shout out Norris Cole for having tall hair.
Raptors have 2 point
Pele
guards.
Brazil says
Yes.
shout out Carlos, Tim, and Ralphie from Magic School Bus. Baby.
Carlos.
Nickel says shout out Muscle Man. Alec Perez says shout out Fred Fredberger. Tomahawk says shout out Henry Hart from Henry Danger. Rizgod Mills says shout out Iman Shumpert. Timberguck says shout out Iman Shumpert.
Back-to-back Iman shoutouts. That's real.
Timberduck
Dwight
says
Howard,
Yazir
that
Barley
one
beat me.
episode of Sweet Life of Zach and
Weldasuki
Cody.
says shout out to number 1 from Kids Next Door.
Hey, number 1 was cool. Hey, shout out to
Rizgod Mill
Waybig
says
from
a Timber
Ben
Cold
10
Duck Wall.
Alien Force. Underrated in my opinion. Underutilized. Solid big, good hands, useful.
Rizgod Mill says shout out to David Lee. Skylar Dix says shout out Chip Skylar. Tomahawk says shout out Russell Westbrook from Henry Danger. Miguel the Singer says Strip Weather's farewell tour.
Hey, shout out Kanye and Kim from
Jared
Henry
Thomas
Danger.
says Amir Johnson cannot inbound.
Oh, I reached. We're good. Good switch. Oh man, he got the stuff on me.
AJJU says shout out Kyrie Irving. Weldasuki says shout out to
Kyrie.
Ed and Eddie.
We bear.
Rizgod Mill says shout out to Ruffles Jason Tatum. Timberduck says shout out Iman Shumpert's Adidas hair specifically. Skylar
Ooh.
Dix says don't let Chris Duhan cook you.
Hey,
Miguel
don't
the
let Chris
Singer
Bosh
says
wash
Chris
his
Bosh
lucky
was in
socks,
Jesse.
man. Hey, I beat
Pele
you to it,
Brazil
Edson.
says wasn't Kyrie on Jesse. Weldasuki says shout out to the episode where all Power Rangers cross-played.
I like watched that 2
Cheezer
weeks
says
ago.
shout out Vince Carter. Rizgod Mill says shout out Chris Duarte. Timberduck says shout out Junior Smith's Supreme leg sleeve. Jared Thomas says DeRozan is almost playing PF.
Yo, this lineup is
Miguel
garbage,
the Singer says
bro.
cross-played.
Absolutely not. Are you gonna put me
Tomahawk
back in,
says
coach?
shout out Manic from Sonic Underground. Timberduck says
Oh.
shout out LeBron's mustache.
Man, shout out Penny from Marvel
Baby.
Rivals.
Nickel says shout out to Dr. Eggman.
Shout out
Miguel the
Birdman,
Singer says
Chris
Sonic
Anderson.
versus Shadow. Skylar Dix says it's crazy how Tommy from Power Rangers was able to solo the entire team.
Yeah. Man, I'm so mad he passed away. That hit me. That hit me like a brick. LeBron
Rizgod
James,
Mills
man,
says
with
shout
the
out
2
to Tony
roses.
Allen.
Hey, 2 roses, 2 free
Tomahawk
throws. Here we
says off
go.
a honey pack too.
2 what?
Baby. Nickel says shout out to Kick Batowski.
Hmm.
Weldasuki says that
Underrated
Miguel
show.
underscore these are basically all Power Rangers from different eras met in an episode to fight a monster.
I said 2 free
Timberduck
throws.
says shout out to Carl Malone's
I
wrestling
didn't say
career.
I was gonna make it.
Noah Boat says bro sold us.
No, I didn't say I was gonna make it. I said 2 free throws. Missed both of them for you, bro. Shout out Shaq from Blue Chips. Shout out Dr. Phil from Scary Movie.
Baby. Nickel says shout out to Suze from Gravity Falls. Weldasuki says shout out to Shaq who owns Papa John's.
And shout out to
Rizgod
Shaq
Mills
who's
says
in
shout
those
out to
Icy Hot
Celtic Shaq.
commercials.
Miguel the Singer says Uncle Grandpa.
That show was something else.
Pele Brazil says shout out to the Chin from Fairly Oddparents I watched that when it first aired.
Nigga Chin!
Timberduck says shout out over the hedge.
That's
Rizgod Mills says
crazy,
shout out
over
to
the
Jackie
hedge?
Moon.
Oh man.
Cheezer says shout out to Little Penny on the Sprite commercial.
Hey, shout out to Little Red
Alec
Riding Hood
Perez
from
says they got
Hoodwinks.
real close with that.
Player of the game, thank you.
Baby. Nickel says shout out to Darwin from the amazing world of Gumball.
Favorite
Baby.
non-black
Nickel
black
says
character.
over the hedge one of them ones.
He's up there with Piccolo.
Rizgod Mill
Shout
says
out
shout
Piccolo.
out to want a Sprite Cranberry.
I was
Jay
gonna say
Stevens
that.
says Christ is king.
I was gonna say shout out to Mary. What did Anthony Edwards say in his commercial? Have a Sprite Christmas, something stupid. Man, shout out Anthony Edwards. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. Or maybe I look stupid
AJJU
right now.
says believe that. Timberduck says shout out to Shaq on Arizona T-Cans.
Shout out
Miguel
Shaq
the
from
Singer
those
says
Buick
Anta
commercials,
Claves.
even though he can't fit in the Buick. Santa Claus. Jackie Chan.
Rizgod Mill says shout out for Shaq gummies.
Shout out for Shaq and the HP printers. There's a big cutout
Weldasuki
of
says
him.
shout out to Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life. Baby. Nickel says shout out to Wonder Over Yonder.
Hey, shout out to Max from Max and Ruby. All right, how we answering this, y'all?
Performance in tonight's game.
Thank you.
Timberguck says shout out to the James Harden gummies.
How did it feel to be on such a roll on offense?
How we answering this?
Weldasuki says circle.
You said circle before the options even popped up. It was a lot of fun.
Baby. Nickel says circle.
I didn't realize I had that many points. I definitely did.
Rizgod Mill says shout out for Shaq starting his morning by asking if his girlfriend is alright. Alec Perez says shout out to Ox King from Dragon Ball.
I knew I had the hot
Timberguck
hand,
says
and I
triangle.
kept looking up at the scoreboard to see where I was
Tomahawk
at.
says shout
I
out
really wanted
Diddy
to
in
set that
anti-bullying
mark once
ads.
things got going. Coach keeps telling me to quit worrying about that stuff, but he's doing his thing and I'm doing mine. When I'm putting big points on the board, he's
AJJU
got
says
no room
shout
to
out
argue
Anthony
anyway.
Edwards.
Could have answered that better. I went with circle.
Miguel the
Update.
Singer says shout out to Justin
New
Russo.
GM sit down conversation available.
Nickel
Let's go
says
talk
shout
to him.
out to T from the We Tip hotline. Weldasuki says shout out to Shaq's pedicurist.
Oh man, big shout out to her.
Pele Brazil says I would have done square.
How do I see the GM? Am I dumb?
Rizgod Mill says shout
There it
out
is.
Jason Terry for wearing his opponent's team shorts before the game.
What?
Timberguck says shout out Bug Juice.
Shout out Charles Barkley, those big old women from there in Dallas, Texas. It's San Antonio.
Miguel the
How'd you
Singer
mess
says I
that
want more
up?
minutes.
Them big old women in
Cheezer
San
says shout out to
Antonio.
Shaq, Ernie, Kenny and Charles on Inside the NBA on TNT.
Shout out to Charles Barkley when he's eating those churros. What am I answering? I don't get along in particular. I'm unhappy with my playing time. I would like to be traded. I am demanding a trade. I want to talk about a player who is holding me back.
Chunky says dude you know it got a cheat code in this game give you unlimited skills points.
I heard. I gotta get out the
Timberguck
month
says
though. I
shout
can't
out
cheat.
WLWT News 5 in Cincinnati. Baby. Nickel says shout out to Kenny both of them rings belong to Hakeem. Tomahawk says shout out to Lou Dort.
Funny, man?
I'm not answering that. I'm
Finicky
good.
says can't believe TikTok didn't get
Totally
banned.
slipped my mind, man.
Rizgod Mill
I'll
says
let you
shout
know
out
when
to
I
Charles
remember what it
Barkley
was.
throwing a
Sorry
guy out
about
of a
that.
bar. Miguel the Singer says option 7.
Feel free to drop
Miguel
by
the
when you
Singer
remember
says
what it
option
was.
8.
Mello, what's good?
Melufor says you I landed.
What's
Miguel
up?
the
What's up?
Singer says bro.
How long was that flight? That was
Weldasuki
quick.
says shout out to Dana White. Baby. Nickel says shout out to MJ punching Steve Kerr.
Shout out to Draymond
Timberduck
punching
says shout out to
Bull.
Jason Kidd drinking and driving. Finicky says Chi-Town the GOAT.
You waiting to get picked
Melufor
up?
says I am waiting to get picked up.
All right, I'll go send you a taxi.
Melufor says it was like 2 hours.
I got a taxi coming to you. Don't get in nothing else. Just wait for the taxi, bro. Trust. Trust. Big trust.
Baby. Nickel says shout out to Chris Childs for the 2-piece.
Can I
LA
go to...
Brazil says shout out to pro boxer Ray Rice. Melufor says all right bet. BMB West says YOOO.
Yo, what's
Timberduck
up,
says
bro?
shout out Tingus Pingus. Weldasuki says shout out to OJ Simpson.
What am I looking for?
BMB West says not much just getting to the bread.
Okay,
Melufor
don't, as long
says
as you
shout
remember
out
to
to
slide
Hal
me my
Greer.
cut, we're good.
Pele Brazil says Ray Rice versus Chris Brown. Rizgod Mill says shout out to Celtics Luke Cornett. Finicky says shout out Karl Malone.
All right, I don't like the direction this
Melufor
is going
says
right
shout out to
now.
Mel Daniels. BMB West says OFC Brody, you're the supplier I just moved the bricks.
Hey,
Timbergut
chill.
says shout out Ron Mexico.
I
Mike
got an
Vick's
image I
alias
gotta- I
when
gotta
doing bad
upload.
things.
Mike Vick's alias when he's doing bad things.
Melufor says shout out to Kevin Duckworth.
Equipped upgrades. I don't have any other upgrades. Where we at? 449. I need 600 to
Weldasuki says shout out to text to speech. Finicky says shout out meta world peace.
to get Jordan for the layups, and then I should be good.
Baby. Nickel says shout out to Hendrix Cobb.
Ooh. Shout out to the
BMB
Flying
West says shout
Dragon.
out to Aaron Hernandez.
Oh my god.
Rizgod Mill says shout out to Jonathan Simmons. Miguel the Singer says enough shout outs, geez. Alec Perez says he took your minutes.
Nah,
Weldasuki says shout out to Herb Jones.
I don't think so. I've been 6-man, and I think my minutes have gone up since. Shout out Brad Stevens. Shout out Joey Crawford.
Timberguck says shout out the shout outs. Finicky says shout out to
my
Andrew
God,
Bogut.
the Sixers again. I swear I
Rizgod
played
Mill
them like
says
4
shout out to Walt
times.
Bellamy. Alec Perez says it said you lost 4 minutes.
Yeah, but before I
Miguel
was at
the
like
Singer
22.
says shout out to the person who invented shout outs.
So I don't know.
Timberguck says shout out to the panda's friend. Baby. Nickel says shout out
What?
Scott Foster. Weldasuki says shout out to Michael Carter Williams.
Hey, shout out to the little Chihuahua who
Finicky
does
says
halftime
shout out
shows.
Anderson Varejao. Rizgod Mill says shout out to I Want Iguodala.
Ooh,
Alec
cookies.
Perez says oh got you. Pele Brazil says shout out to ChiTownLo. Miguel the Singer says shout out to Poe from King Fu Panda.
Hey, what's her name? What's the tiger's name? The girl tiger? She was
Melufor
so
says
bad.
where's my
Oh
taxi?
my
I am
God.
cold bruh. Baby.
It says it's on
Nickel
the way.
says Evan Tuner appearance. Tomahawk says shout out to Ice Cube and Michael Jackson on their unreleased song We Be Ballin' You. Rizgod Mill says shout out to Kevin Durant's lotion.
Tigress? Was that her name?
Pele Brazil says Tigress.
Bad. I
Alec
had
Perez says Tigress.
the McDonald's toy and everything.
Weldasuki says shout out to Chick-fil-A not opening on Sundays. Timberguck
7
says
and
shout
3.
out John Marston. Finicky says shout out Gary Coleman. Melufor says shout out to Sally. Pele Brazil says nah the Viper though.
All right,
Baby.
you need to be
Nickel
locked
says
up,
shout
though.
out to Robot Chicken.
You need to
Miguel
be
the
locked
Singer
up.
says it's a damn tiger.
It's more than that.
Melufor says shout out to Morden.
She's very gorgeous to
Weldasuki
me.
says pizza smacks over burger. Timberguck says shout out Willem Dafoe. Tomahawk says shout out Buddy from Airbud. Alec Perez says they didn't have to make her look like that and voiced by Angelina Jolie too.
You see? Come on now.
Pele Brazil says bro WYMIM not crazy. Melufor says shout out to French fries. Finicky says shout out Brandon Roy. Antman FS says sorry UNCI was watching AOT. Weldasuki
Attack
says
on
shout
mid.
out to Wedge Fries.
I gave up on that in season
Miguel
2.
the Singer says Master Shifu. Rizgod Mill says shout out for Luigi Mantoni.
Hey, shout out April from Ninja
Timbergut
Turtles.
says shout out the Richmond, Indiana explosion of 1968. Cheezer says shout out to Eric Cartman from South Park.
Shout out Randy Orton.
Finicky says the UNC stuff is back lol.
It don't gotta be.
Alec Perez says attack on mid is insane. Baby.
Man.
Nickel says show. Antman FS says Simon UNC don't do that man. Alec Perez says it picks up like crazy.
I know. I know.
Weldasuki says shout out I don't know whatever. Baby. Nickel says shout out Shredder from Ninja Turtles.
Hey,
Timberguck says shout out Chris
the
Benoit.
Shredder lore
Tomahawk
is
says shout out Sensei
ridiculous,
Wu.
bro. I watched
Melufor
like an
says shout out to Cal
hour-long
Weathers, he's the
breakdown
greatest athlete of all time.
of who Shredder actually is and his
Timberguck says shout
backstory.
out Bo Nix.
Insane, bro.
Antman FS says shout out Jaden Shiba from Power Rangers Samurai. Weldasuki says
Yo.
shout out to Zabumafu.
Jaden, GOAT Power Ranger.
Rizgod Mills
Outside
says
of
shout
Tommy,
out
I
to
don't
Gibby
care.
taking off his shirt.
Gibby.
Miguel the Singer says Tai Lung suffered the worst fate of any warrior.
Shout out Gordon Ramsay.
Baby. Nickel says I'ma have to watch it WHT's it's
What's
on.
that Shredder video called? It was
Antman FS says facts.
It was this
Alec
YouTuber
Perez
who
says
does
what's
like
that Shredder video called? Timberguck says shout out Broncos legend
what
Brock
is it called?
Osweiler.
He basically shows like
Melufor says
the-
shout out to the Roswell
he
incident.
shows like the kills or like the
Weldasuki
crimes
says shout
that,
out to iCarly.
that someone committed.
Pele
and then,
Brazil
like-
says bro shout out to the B and WTMNT the
And
comics
it like goes
the best
across
version.
like whatever story, and he goes around like every single
Rizgod
crime they
Mill
commit,
says shout out to Johnny
and then like what their
Sins.
sentence would be. what
Timberduck
is his
says shout
name?
out Shane Gillis.
What is his name? I'll message
Byron
you the name if I
Prevost
find
says
it.
shout to Deathstroke.
But search up like Shredder
Melufor says I am getting
Crimes or
frostbite.
something, and then it should pop up. Mellow, chill. It's almost there. 85 minutes.
Alec Perez says bet.
But it's crazy. I didn't know it was that deep. I thought it was just a dude with a sword.
Finicky says shout out Lou Alcindor.
Shout out the Foot Clan though.
Melufor says how many 4th graders can you take in a fight?
I think I had this question
Rizgod
before.
Mill says shout out to Johnny Sins doing every job. Timberguck says shout out Norm McDonald.
Oh, I got him? I did not get him. I can't score on Drew Holiday, bro.
Pele Brazil says bro no diss, but you kinda look like Baxter Stockman.
That's crazy. No, I don't.
Timberguck says shout out to
That's
McDonald's
crazy.
indoor playgrounds.
R.I.P.
Baby.
McDonald's
Nickel
indoor
says I can
playgrounds.
take on at least a cool 11 54th graders. Pele Brazil says IFW him though. Rizgod Mill says shout out to Grady Richard. Miguel the Singer says animated courtroom. Finicky says UNC looks like Darren Waller. Melufor says is Lighting McQueen the greatest athlete of all time?
Ooh, good
Ant-Man
bucket.
FS says shout out to Daredevil. Baby. Nickel says wait bro be doing the GTA characters too? With they crimes? Timberguck says shout out Muhammad Ali.
Are we? Oh, you talking about the guy? He did GTA? I didn't see that one. Well, I didn't start watching him until I saw the Shredder one. No, I saw this one anime one he did of like this dude who like when he points at you and say bang, it actually shoots
Ant-Man
you.
FS says shout out to Jackie Chan.
That one was crazy.
Weldasuki says I am logging off bro. See ya tomorrow.
All right, WD.
Baby. Nickel says it might be the same guy.
Yeah, it should be the same guy. All right, I'm forcing it. I gotta lock in. I'm not scoring like that on this team.
Pele Brazil says Chris Smoove had me thinking he had a special version of 2K.
Did he
Timberguck
have the
says
first
shout
ever
out to the
Zen?
Roadhouse Family Guy episode. Alec Perez says I know what you were talking about, I forgot the show.
Yeah, Trippie Red had a song about
Rizgod
that.
Mill says
Fire.
shout out to bald guys,
Shout
their
out
heads
Trippie
are
Red.
always the cleanest.
Oh my God, roll, bro. That's like 2 turnovers already. Thank you.
Ant-Man
he can make
FS
that. I
says
can't
Chris
play it.
Smoove was the only guy getting play on Sims and dropping 30 next game. Timberguck says shout out Billy the Kid.
Shout out London Tipton. Man, shout out the dog from Dog with a Blog, bro.
Pele Brazil says
Did he
nah,
just
he would
speed
have built
boost?
UOS to his MyCareer vids. He would have a whole storyline on GTA and Sims. Ant-Man
watched the
FS
GTA
says
stuff,
shout
though.
out to Super Cena. Timberguck says shout out Troydan. User says did you win the last game?
Of course. We don't lose around here. Never lost before. I'm not going to start today. Who is that?
Ant-Man FS says at Timber Cole Guck 80 remember his diss song on Blaze. Miguel the Singer says CJ.champ. User says no
Yeah,
trade
that's
to
his
change
name.
teams
That's
yet.
his name. There it is. They made me shoot it. No trade to change teams yet. Nah, we're 7-3. That's probably not going to be good enough for the
Rizgod Mills says
championship,
shout
right?
out to I might swerve in that corner woo-ah.
Woo-ah. Shout out to that guy that played Kevin in Home Alone. I was just thinking that. I was trying to think of his name. I didn't want to say
Ant-Man FS says nah you and Kyle Lowry going mid for mid.
the kid from Home Alone. Man, relax. We're up. That's all that matters. Shout out James
Alec
Charles.
Perez says Macaulay Culkin.
There you
Rizgod
go.
Mills says Kyle Lowry has better Riz. Ant-Man FS says shout out to Walter White.
Let's go. 2
Antman
assists.
FS says you no shout out for him.
No shout out for him. What do you do? Oh my God, Landry, get it together.
Rizgod Mill says shout out to Santa Cruz Medicinals in Red 40. Antman FS says shout out for Dwight Howard's A1 finishing.
Alex Antetokounmpo, the best Antetokounmpo brother. He passed out my easy layup. Good shot, I guess.
Timberguck says shout out Peyton Manning Children Hospital in Indianapolis. Antman FS says shout out to Santino Morella Man.
Oh my God, grab the ball. You ain't shooting that. Santino.
Miguel the Singer says shout out to J. Cole, Derrick Rose, and Kanye West. Rizgod Mill says you participating in Santa Cruz Medicinal's Locked In Challenge?
I didn't get
Antman
my
FS says
tax
shout out to
verification
Hornswoggle too.
about it.
Baby. Nickel says shout out AJ Lee.
Hey, I thought she was so bad. No. What's her name? Paige. Oh my God.
Timberguck says shout out Gene Snitsky.
Shout out Brenda
Baby.
Song.
Nickel says AJ Lee still is bad.
Did she ever
Rizgod
make a
Mill
comeback?
says shout out Suni Lee, she's hot. Antman FS says nah buddy, you're on your own.
You
Miguel
tripping.
the Singer says into the 2017 finals. Pele Brazil says CM Punk so lucky bro. Alec Perez says Brenda Song got a kid with Macaulay Culkin lol. Baby.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nickel says Trish Stratus though. Rizgod Mill says shout out to Liz Cambage for being a tall woman but horrible at basketball.
She went to her new
Timberduck
profession.
says
So.
shout out my childhood crush Trish Stratus. Antman FS says AJ Lee though, you're definitely right.
Rhea Ripley's your
Pele
favorite?
Brazil says I
know
was
what
into
kind of man
Paige.
you are.
Am I crazy?
I was into Paige. You're not crazy, bro. Don't let them fool you. Man, shout out to the what's her name? What's her name? The girl from Danny Phantom.
Baby. Nickel says Kelly was kinda bad too. Alec Perez says Sam.
Sam, yeah, shout out Sam. She's up there too. She's up there with Tigress.
Rizgod Mill says shout out to women for complaining. Austin Stevens says hey my guy.
And one. Austin, what's going on?
Alec Perez says Elmao. Pele Brazil says hear me out, Natalia. Antman FS says an
remember what
Elmo
she
Kelly
looks like.
Kelly I heard was going around though. Austin Stevens says what are we talking about?
Just shouting out random people.
Baby. Nickel says she was the backstage Bob.
Every league has one.
Antman FS says shout out Mark Jackson.
Bailey, fine too. I don't remember who Bailey is. Who's Bailey? Mark Jackson.
Pele Brazil says that Elmo Page father was.
Paige's father was. Whoa.
Austin Stevens says shout out Prime Megan Fox. Antman
Block?
FS says
No
nah
block.
bro.
Do I get
Antman
traded?
FS
No,
says at
I'm
Austin
still
Facts.
Naomi?
Rizgod Mill says shout out to Sydney Sweeney for being hot. Timberguck says shout out Reds legend Scott Rowland, met him. Nice guy. Antman FS says shout out to Nia Long, that is a woman.
All right, we're going.
Pele Brazil says not father I meant for real.
I know you did. I know. I read it too. It's just funnier if you were talking about her father.
Baby.
All right, we're going a
Nickel
little too
says
far.
Nia Jax.
We're going too far. What happened to cartoon characters? DeRozan for the midi? Automatic. Let's go. If she's not animated, I don't
Timberguck
want her.
says shout out the love of my life Sabrina Carpenter. User says Paolo is 4th on the forwards all-star voting. Rizgad Mills says shout out to Jordan Poole courtside baddies.
And one. Shout out Landry Fields. Shout out that one girl Steph Curry was looking at in like 2017. And then he went off for like 40.
Pele Brazil says so we can all agree Shawn Michaels is the WWF, WWE GOAT?
Absolutely
Baby.
not. Are you
Nickel
crazy?
says WHT's Brock wife name shout out to her fascio. Baby. Nickel says no disagree. Timberguck says shout out the guy who was showing the Costco card to the baddies on ESPN. User says pin of shame. Pele Brazil says who's the GOAT then?
It's either
Austin Stevens
Cena
says shout out Cardi B.
or no, it's probably Cena. Cena or Undertaker, really.
Alec Perez says who? Rizgad Mill says shout out to men for being goated.
Raven from the
Baby.
original Teen
Nickel
Titans.
says Cena.
Ooh.
Antman
Hey,
FS says
shout
at
out
Elmo Sable.
Starfire's sister.
Shiestiev
Oh
says
my
is this the
God.
2K where you press B and it doesn't move for you? User
Yeah,
says
yeah.
front court for West looking like Bron KD and Jokic with Steph and SGA as guards. Baby. Nickel says yay shout out Sable. Rizgad Mill says shout out men for being able to take a joke. Antman FS says I man shout out to
Bro,
Doodlebot.
what are you talking about right now?
Alec Perez says Blackfire.
Blackfire, man. Goated with the sauce. Get a rebound.
Pele Brazil says top 3 is Shawn, Undertaker, Steve Austin and put Cena in there too. User says shout out all the jobbers that get lose every week.
Big boys.
Miguel the Singer says shout out to the Shenzi and Timon wedding. Baby.
Ooh,
Nickel
Jordan,
says
thanks for the
shout out
follow.
to Sandy for defending Texas. Antman FS says Doodlebob was the original YN shout out to him.
No knowledge, just
Rizgad
straight
Mill
action.
says shout out to James Harden cooking celebration.
Did I get the ball? Thank you. Asking for it out loud works better than pressing X. Shoot it, shoot it, shoot it. Thank you. Tara from Teen Titans. Bro, I feel so bad for Beast
Antman
Boy.
FS says shout out to this song man never gets old.
Beast Boy, man, I thought he had him one. And no shout out to Deathstroke.
Timberguck says shout out Kurt Cobain. Jacob Mosley says
Hey, there we go.
Baby. Nickel
What's
says
up,
shout
Jake?
out to Lil Baby giving a James Harden a nickname like Honey Bun, which is crazy. Pele Brazil says you can't fade away the way I feel for you every word that you say. User says what's the worst take you've heard?
Shawn Michaels was the GOAT. Oh, that's a steal. Thank you. Can you throw me one?
Shiestiev says are you happy TikTok is back?
Of course.
Pele Brazil says that's not crazy.
It's not crazy to say that. Yes, it is crazy. It's not the craziest. Y'all be saying some crazy
User
stuff.
says TikTok helps pays his bills. Miguel the Singer says Crystal from Star Fox.
Absolutely not.
Rizgad Mill says shout out to Michael Jackson changing skin color. Pele Brazil says how? He's bare minimum top 5. Alec Perez says I don't think the Teen Titans put hands on Slade like that. Antman FS says
Slade,
YK
that was
would
his
shout
name
out
on
to
there, not
Orange J
Deathstroke.
for bringing back TikTok.
I hate Slade, bro. Hey,
User
Slade
says
had
Candace
Robin
from
going through
Phineas
it.
and Ferb. Timberguck says shout out ChiTownLo on YouTube.
Hey, plug for the YouTube. Go hit up the YouTube. My man Justin's the only one commenting in there. Shout out Justin. Easy assist. This is a double-double game for sure.
Baby. Nickel says YPPL think they can beat up Robin in a fight like bro didn't get trained by Batman. Pele
Hey,
Brazil says that's the best in-ring wrestler I've ever seen. And his longevity is crazy.
Yeah.
Byron Prevost says shout to Dexter mom. User says hear me out, Candace's mom is nice. Rizgod Mill says shout out to WNBA bloopers.
Candace's mom
Alec
is that's a
Pires
first.
says Slade was the only one who could. Baby. Nickel says Kurt Angle better in the ring.
Slade had Robin
Baby.
fighting his shadow,
Nickel
bro.
says nah, Dexter mom.
Timmy's mom.
Pele Brazil says he also crashed out on Cena in WM23 for him being trash.
R.I.P. Cena's dad. Or Cena's dad.
Pele
Timmy's
Brazil
dad.
says at Elmo stop it. Alec Pires says Dexter's mom was stacked. Timberguck says listen bad guy but Benny put on some of the best matches. User says nah, remember the wedding between Undertaker and Stephanie McMahon. Miguel the singer says Jimmy's mom. Antman FS says nah
Jimmy's
bro,
mom.
Sean the best in ring wrestler.
Hi, Jimmy's
Rizgod Mill
mom.
says shout out to Zero Suit Samus for no reason at all.
Man, shout out to
Pele
He-Man.
Brazil says Kurt could never on Sean.
Kirk Angle.
Baby. Nickel says Kurt Angle is better in the ring than Sean. Baby. Nickel says Kurt got more 5-star matches. Pele Brazil says we gonna have problems. User says shout out Perk Angle on TNA. Antman FS says shout out to HBK and Taker WM matches. Baby.
He shot it,
Nickel
he got
says have
blocked.
M then.
That's us. That's us. That's us.
Rizgod
That's
Mill
us.
says shout out new Super Mario Brothers.
Oh man, we're second seed in the West or in the East. That's what I like to see. And we're up
Miguel
11.
the singer says best song from 2005 Wiley Wonka movie.
Superwoman, Wonder Woman. Best song from 2005. Willy Wonka
User
movie.
says shout out Lita and Edge celebration
I
on
don't
Raw. If you
know.
know, you know. Antman FS says shout out to 2000 Stephanie McMahon. Baby. Nickel says the first HBKND Taker match was better than the second. Pele Brazil says the only thing Kurt is better at is technical work.
Hey, who ruined Undertaker's streak?
Baby. Nickel says shout out to Vicky Garuo. Timberguck says at Easy.3 yes.
Vicky, man. Shout
Antman
out
FS
Vicky.
says
Yeah.
at Elmo that's common
It
knowledge
was
though man.
Brock. Oh yeah.
Baby. Nickel says Brock. Jacob Mosley says Brock Lesnar. Pele Brazil says Brock Lesnar. Antman FS says Brock Man SMH. Rizgod Mill says shout out to Manute Bull for being tall. Pele Brazil says I was there live bro, I crashed.
Oh, you were there?
Jacob Mosley says should have been Edge or someone else. Timberguck says shout out Eric Bischoff.
Should have been nobody.
Antman FS says Taker streak should have stayed undefeated.
Yeah.
User says shout out Kyle Lowry for being big.
Shout out Ricky Steamboat. Cross, 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 hop, pass off. Go up, Val. Val, move!
Rizgod Mill says shout out to Ninja Low Taper Fade. Baby. Nickel says I was there as well, I couldn't believe it was in my home state.
Cash.
Antman FS says at Jake they wanted Edge to do it, but he didn't want to do it. Byron
Brock
Prevost
doing it.
says shout out Razor Ramon. Jacob Mosley says at
R.I.P..
Ant yeah IK. Alec Pires says it ain't a stream until you get pinned easy. User says Vince was
already
the real
has
person
been.
who ended the streak. Miguel the singer says best song from Charlie and Chocolate Movie.
I heard you the
Antman
first
FS
time.
says no shout out all disses to
I don't
Hulk
have
Hogan.
an answer, bro.
Baby. Nickel says it should have been Bray Wyatt or Roman.
Bray
Rizgod Mill
Wyatt.
says shout out to Pepe Cola. Pele Brazil says I am really stuck on this Sean thing bro, that's my guy.
Hey, shout out
User
to the
says
green
Alec, we
M&M
bout
from
to
the
have a
M&M
problem, haha.
commercials. Give me that.
Timberguck says shout out Survivor Series 2012 at the Bankers Life Fieldhouse. I was there and saw the Shield debut. Baby. Nickel says Bray Wyatt was the new face of fear. Jacob Mosley says Red M&M. Antman FS says shout out to Roy Harper Man. Miguel the singer says react to them. Rizgod Mill says shout out to Watermelon and Fried Chicken. Pele Brazil says hear me out Brown M&M. Baby. Nickel says shout out to 2014 Dolph Ziggler. User
I
says shout out
understand.
Dolph Ziggler Survivor Series. Antman FS says at easy point 3 facts.
I feel like you gotta
Miguel
work
the
for
Singer
Brown a
says
little
I got
bit more.
Augustus Gloop. Timberguck says wood. Rizgod Mill says shout out to Cool Aid.
Oh, I should have went up the first time. I'm
Antman
stupid.
FS says
Never
shout
mind, we
out to
got it.
Ricardo Rodriguez.
Shout out to Rain Rodriguez. Make that pass, I'm stealing
Baby.
it.
Nickel says shout out to the Macho Man Bro, one of my fav wrestlers. User says shout out to Chris Benoit and his family. Rizgod Mill says shout out to Capri Sun juice pouches.
Mm-hmm. I haven't had a Capri Sun in so long. 8 points, 8 assists.
Antman FS says at easy point 3 nah bro.
I can't read that name, but
User
thanks for the
says
follow.
shout out Eddie and his demons. Timberguck says shout out to the old sprite can design. Miguel the Singer says they stopped making YHE. Antman FS says shout out to Publix Chicken and subs. Pele Brazil says Chris Benoit is in Travis Hunter head saying crash out. Baby. Nickel says shout out to the Big Slow. Rizgod
What?
Mill says shout out to Sunny D Orange Juice. Alec Perez says okay Ant.
Man, shout out to the
User
cinnamon
says
and
shout
apple
out
from
to
the
egg
Applejack
spaghetti rice and
commercials.
cheese.
Shout out to Owen Hart, who would have been one of the GOATs. He was one of the birds for a few seconds. You hate to see it.
User says shout out Owen Hart and his flying entrance. Baby. Nickel says nah, which one of UMFS said eggs and ketchup? I remember THT shit. Pele Brazil
Eggs
says
and
Owen was
ketchup
okay,
is
but
not
he hurt
bad,
Steve Austin
bro.
bad.
Eggs and ketchup
Antman
is not
FS
bad.
says shout out to Vince McMahon, wouldn't you say he's a great guy?
He's a good guy.
Miguel the Singer says y'all been shouting out MFS for about more than an hour now. User says eggs and ketchup is diabolical.
Bro, no it
Pele
is
Brazil
not.
says eggs and ketchup is the best.
Easy, you have no reason to speak, bro. You don't have any comment on food ever.
Timberguck says shout out time, who thought of TS? Antman FS says at Miguel _ these people need their credit man. User says I have every reason to speak haha. Antman FS says at easy point 3 that is very ironic from you.
Man, rice, spaghetti,
Miguel the Singer
and
says
eggs.
syrup and eggs is better.
Syrup and egg? I mean, yeah, only if there's pancakes. I feel like if you go out of your way to put syrup on eggs, you should be in a straitjacket. Or hooked up
Baby.
to a ventilation
Nickel
machine
says
or
rice
something.
spaghetti and eggs is crazy.
Hey, that's what
Timberguck
Easy
says
be
shout
on.
out to the country Kazakhstan. Rizgod Mill says shout out to Apple Jacks.
Shout out to my brother
Antman
Milo.
FS says no shout outs to Easy's struggle meal.
That's not struggle meal. That's just a regular Tuesday. He's gonna eat that
Alec
tomorrow.
Perez says syrup and eggs is fire too, especially with pancakes.
Willingly. Cross, cross? Nope, that's one cross.
Baby. Nickel says if THT's a struggle meal, then Ion wanna struggle like THT. Timberguck says shout out the Red Dead Redemption series.
Oh my god.
Miguel the Singer says shout out to single moms. User says nah y'all sleeping on scrambled eggs, spaghetti, rice, and cheese.
You added cheese in
Antman
there?
FS says
You're
MANNN shout
trolling.
out my dog
You're
Arthur
trolling.
Morgan.
You're trolling. You don't eat that. That's something you give to a dog
Baby.
when there's no more
Nickel
food in
says,
the
well, I
fridge.
hope I
Or
keep
no more
sleeping.
food for it.
Timberguck says shout out to John Marston. Rizgod Mill says shout out to parents coming back with the milk. Antman FS says at easy point 3 nah BROOO. User says I do eat that, it's nice just hating on me.
You don't eat that, bro. You have more. I think you have a little bit more self-respect to eat that.
Pele Brazil says what's the best Kool-Aid color? Alec Perez says yeah, that's what you give a pit bull on its birthday. Timberduck says shout
up,
out
princess?
my dad. I don't know you, but shout out wherever you are. Miguel the singer says shout out to our deceased pets. Antman
Man.
FS says how is Easy's stomach still intact?
I miss my goldfish,
Baby.
bro.
Nickel says when you make ya own color of cruel aid.
I like to add my own red 40 in because the one that it comes with isn't good enough.
Rizgod Mill says shout out to Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its or goldfish? Which one y'all got? I'm more of a goldfish kind of guy. I feel like it's easier to eat.
Baby. Nickel says goldfish.
Oh yeah, we're smacking them.
Miguel the singer says fish are the most useless pets. Yeah, I said it.
Whoa.
Antman FS says cheese, it's white cheddar though. Baby.
Yo, what's happening?
Nickel says, but I am still stuck on the eggs, rice, and spaghetti meal.
What was that? Oh,
Rizgod
wide
Mill
open.
says goldfish because it smiles back.
They do.
Timbergut says shout out the Brad Pitt movie Fury.
Shoot the ball. Thank you, Kyle.
Pele Brazil says fish are fire.
Yeah, goldfish got it. Shout out to all the water companies except Dasani. You know what? I'm gonna say it.
User says shout out to Aunt May and Gwen Stacy.
Dasani ain't even that bad.
Timbergut says shout out Quentin Tarantino.
I don't know how I got that past there. Dasani is not that bad, and I'm standing on it. It's
Alec
not the
Perez
best.
says thank you.
It's not the best.
Pele Brazil says I low-key be talking to the fish.
It is not that bad. Overly hated. Bargnani, watch this body I catch.
Timbergut says shout out Alec. Alec Perez says I thought I was going crazy when people were hating on it.
Bro, it's not that bad.
Pele Brazil says watch this body. Miguel the singer says what
not
other
top
snack
3 or
smiles at
nothing.
you before you eat it like it's happy to be eaten. Cash Money J says 2K14 be letting you get them easy bounce pass. Pele Brazil
Oh.
says does a layup.
Why is
Alec
he
Perez
pumping me
says
up? I
thank you,
tried my
Timber.
best, okay?
Antman FS says Dasani taste like barbed wires. Baby.
Yeah, come on
Nickel
now.
says bro a drink I am made they took was Delaware Punch.
Delaware Punch. I've never heard of that. That's cookies. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Rizgod Mill says shout out to Gatorade for having red 40. Pele Brazil says purified over spring water. Timbergut
Yeah.
says goat, not that.
Definitely.
User says Kyle Lowry the best player on the team cause he huge sideways I seen it. Baby. Nickel says you missed out. Antman
Easy.
FS says Dasani gotta be my absolute last option.
Easy. We gotta have a talk, bro. We're gonna have to go take you to the principal's office. It's getting ridiculous.
Miguel the singer says what's your record in these 2 kiloseconds?
It's getting ridiculous, bro.
Antman FS says nah bro pin of shame. Baby.
I'm
Nickel
starting to
says
get
look
concerned.
up Delaware Punch though.
Oh
Pele
my
Brazil
God.
says pause but Lowry is low-key stacked.
Not
Rizgod
you
Mill
too.
says shout out.
Y'all need some help, bro.
Out to Santa Cruz Medicinals for having electrolytes. Antman FS says does Easy even watch for the games anymore?
No, he be watching
Alec
with one hand on
Perez
the
says you were
remote
next Edson.
and one hand in his pants. He just smacked that 3.
Pele Brazil says I said pause GNG.
Easy.
Process says Drew Holiday low-key was goated in this game.
Cooked. Oh, Nick Young. Did he drop like 30 last time we played? Oh my God. Who is that? Kwame Brown?
Antman FS says Easy still be in the first quarter when everybody else TV is in OT. Timbergut says shout out to Vita Coco Water for having as much potassium as 4 bananas.
Bro, what are you talking
Miguel
about?
the singer says you just got a milestone.
Yeah, 100
User says
assists.
no pause he is stacked. Miguel the singer says 100 career assists.
Yeah, I be dishing and diming somewhat. I'm there.
Rizgod Mill says shout out to celery for having 0.13% zinc.
Man, shout out to all the payers out there. That's a bad pass, my bad. But you have your own mind, so I shouldn't be penalized because you made a stupid pass.
Timberduck says shout out to Flight Reacts in the month of June.
June flight.
Miguel the Singer says Rick Ross has never been the same. Baby. Nickel says shout out kiwi and underrated fruit. Cash Money J says what difficulty you play on. Process says what's your overall.
It's on pro right now. I'm still
Antman
at
FS
65.
says how could I never say shout out to the goat flight.
That was a solid game. We're on a little win streak now.
LA
Okay.
Brazil says ChiTownLo Prime in March of 2025. Watch out.
Hey, let him know.
Antman FS says shout out to the goat fruit pineapple.
Shout out to Admiral David Robinson. Facts. The goat fruit pineapple. Goat fruit is banana. Come on now. Mango probably
User says
too.
shout out Jameer for holding it down for Kyle Lowry. Baby. Nickel says shout out to Mike Korzemba. Pele Brazil says blueberry. Rizgod Mill says of course bro likes bananas.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Antman FS says nah bro nothing is better than pineapple. Miguel the Singer
job.
says strawberries.
DeRozan
Baby.
with 40?
Nickel says shout out green grapes the best fruit.
I just had to throw some away because they
Antman
expired. I
FS
need to
says
get
it
some
yes
more.
sir. Didn't you hear about him and Dwight's finishing?
No. I'm tired of you making
User
stuff
says
up,
my
man.
goat had a double yes sir. Process says shout out Kirk Heinrich. Antman FS says at Elmo red grapes better.
This being what, your fifth straight win? What's been the secret to the team's recent
User
success?
says double stacked yes sir.
Red grapes taste
Rizgod
better
Mill says at
when you've
Ant
been
Law.
eating green grapes for a long time. Okay? It's a good transition before you go back to green. It's not better than green. How are we answering this?
User says double cheeked up yes sir. Pele
The fans
Brazil
have been
says
huge.
ALR easy pause bro you trollin'.
Square? Yeah, I'm feeling
Baby.
square.
Nickel says green always gone be better.
Shout out to one
Alec
of my other
Perez
favorite
says
YouTubers.
square.
Agent 00.
Brian Zorud says I just got told Tyrese Maxey would be Jameer Nelson in the 2000s.
I really wish I could tell you.
Miguel
It
the
helps a
Singer
lot when
says
you have
tropical
great
sour
fans backing
patches.
you. I'll tell you that much.
Timberguck says shout
Everything
out
just
Calvin
seems to be
Coolidge.
clicking right now, and
Pele
we need to
Brazil
figure out
says
why so
triangle.
we can keep things going the way they
Antman
are.
FS says oh come on it's most definitely better than green.
Good answer. No, it's not. It's not better. It's not better. Hey, Agent 00's run in 2017 to like 19, insane. Insane.